It's been a long time coming. You spent years under the service of one Lelalia Silvermist, and all that time she knew. You agreed to serve her in repayment for her blessing, her power, and her help. Once she assisted you in finding your lost family, your loyalty wouldn't be any less, but you were to take a step back, enjoy your life for the first time in a very long time. But that plan is now gone because she knew. That's what your source told you. She knew where they were, your girls. And one day she will pay for that. Your thoughts are pushed aside for a second as your horse jumps some debris in the road. That's not meant to be there. Not on such a major thoroughfare. Rounding the next bend, you see why. The gates are destroyed. The checkpoint shattered. Wooden debris from from what were once stables is now scattered across the road. A body lies underneath, blood pooling around them. Your anger begins to give way to concern. Picking up the pace, you charge the gates over the barricade, but not quite. Your horse's legs give way and you fall. It falls, crashing to the ground. It doesn't get back up. You do, and without hesitation, you keep running. You trace the map in your mind. Right here, then straight now. Left towards a small bridge. As you run, you see more signs, telltale signs of an attack. Signs of injury, break-ins, disturbances, and you don't stop. You can't stop. But you see a soldier, dead, stab wound in the back. But they're not a guard. You recognize that armor, the tinted glass appearance, one of Lelalia's zealots. Her forces are here. Fear grips you, and somehow you find more speed in your steps. Why Silverymoon? Why now? She better not. And then you see it. A large stone cottage with a thatched roof. A sign hangs at the entrance. Winner of SM Hospitality of the Year. Just as Acererak showed you. The spitting image. The orphanage he taunted you with. The orphanage there inside, waiting for you. This is where they've been. Acererak knew. And now you know Lelalia knew too. Guilt at the knowledge others possessed, but you did not, swells within. The distant sound of battle to the north echoes through the streets, and yet you feel isolated. Time is frozen for this brief moment, as the fear for their safety is met with an immense trepidation of meeting them again after so very long. Then you notice the door is open, slowly swaying in the autumn breeze. So's the gate. Unlike your vision, there's no sound of children playing, chatting, no sound of anything from inside. Something isn't right. Dimitri, what would you like to do?
I'm so far from home, so far from home. Not where I belong, not where I belong.
Yeah. So, guys,
Go, Dayek. Let's go.
where we left off, you guys had teleported to Neverwinter, trying to find Hunter and Ribbit's lost flying ship. After some investigative work in the castle, finding a man called Thrall, who Hunter has had previous dealings with, brief interrogation, and the acquiring of 7 horses. You then sold 7 horses and made your way through a red lightning anomaly, finding yourselves free falling down onto Neverwinter. Only this time it wasn't the Neverwinter that Dayek was familiar with. It was the one that Hunter and Ribbit are familiar with. A barren, desolate wasteland with just a castle fortification as the only interesting landmark in the area. Using Featherfall, you managed to land safely in the courtyard, and without too much more investigating or looking into the surrounding area, reclaimed your flying ship and began to book it back towards the lightning bolt anomaly in the sky. Traveling up 1,000 feet to reach it, you discovered that there were 2 other flying ships waiting for you. This is new to Hunter and Ribbit. I don't believe you've ever seen another flying ship, and these 2 small gunboats are currently descending upon you and firing at you with some sort of magically charged cannons. Your ship has taken a few hits. You've killed a few members of the crew on the other boats, and I believe the North boat has taken a reasonable hit to the underside of its hull, but you are still locked in combat. Fires across your ship and one enemy ship, and they are blocking the way to the anomaly. So, guys, picking up where we left off, I believe my initiative sheet hasn't loaded in properly, but I think it's Hunter first
Yeah, boy.
on the initiative count. So, Hunter, what would you like to do?
Just bear with me while I get my ruler out. Fantastic.
What a weird thing to do
Fantastic.
in the middle of a battle.
Fantastic. Okay. So we're just going to start things nice and easy, and we're going to Eldritch Blast this guy 3 times in the cranium.
Okay. This is the one that you killed all of his gunners. He was the one piloting the boat. He's run to the front to try and pump some more cannonballs into you. Go ahead and try and make your Eldritch Blast.
Which is, by the way, a wild choice to make.
Just before I forget as well, I forgot to mention the people on the southern boat. I believe one of them has been hypnotized by a hypnotic pattern.
The one on the front gun.
Yes.
The gunner is, yeah.
Though whether his crew actually realised that is another story.
I'm assuming all those hit.
Do you know, the one thing I don't have up in front of me is their stat blocks. So give me 1 second.
I think it's 17. From what I remember last time. But I'm probably completely wrong.
You are incorrect. However, they still all hit.
Fantastic. And I'll be bringing him 10 feet towards me every time.
Oh, yeah, you have both, don't you? Okay.
Yes!
Interesting. All 3 Eldritch Blasts hit, yanking them forward, hurting their crotch as they barrel into the cannon in front of them. Oh, that's why I can't collect it.
Does he need a check to see if he gets over that wall?
Well, it is just the canyon. The cannon. It's not really a wall at the front because the cannon needs somewhere to fire out of. I will give him a check, but it's not going to be. I mean, it's going to be a very high DC for him to stay put, and you've hit him 3 times, so that's 3 checks for a very high DC. So let's see how appallingly I can roll. Oh god, they don't have a high dex either. Well, the first one was an actual 20.
Oh dear.
So that one does not pull them forward.
And that one?
The second one was a 2.
Yeah!
Heavy flung forward.
20 feet's enough, right, from there? I assume
Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
But
Fucking yeah.
They try their hardest to grapple onto the front, spine, nose bit. I can't remember the actual terminology of the ship, but there's nothing there for them to grab onto, and they begin falling as you hear yet another scream disappearing into the black void of barren wasteland below you.
I'm not sure whether I'd like the image of it being a goofy cry or
Yeah, Wilhelm proper. Yeah.
The other ones were Wilhelm screams. This one is a pure guttural,
And
oh my
you-
god, I don't want to die scream.
Holy shit!
Josh is here, so Jack, would you like to catch up, Josh, with everything that's been happening and what you just did?
Yeah, what the fuck happened to my ship?
Hey, fuck off. We went through this. It's our ship. Thank you very much.
Fair.
Once we left Levistus's place, dude, thing, realm, we came back to this reality, which I assumed was the one we and you came from. Spoiler alert for it in a few seconds. It was not. We then went to Netherwinter, cutting a bunch of other things out that aren't too important in a minute. I'll catch up with that later. We came back here and it was all fucking pristine. Everything was glorious. There was everything was shiny and new and not broken at all. The rift was in the sky, similar shape to ours, but a bit smaller. And then somebody in gold armor fired a white beam up into it. It got a bit bigger. He got carried away. Turned out that was our thrall. He was being a little prick. Wasn't giving me all the information that I asked for. So I left him there. After completely succeeding in removing him from danger, I then put him right back because he's a prick. And then we went through the portal. We fell down. We used Featherfall. We landed in our Netherwinter. So we're currently in our dimension, universe, whatever you want to call it, reality. We found the ship. No traps, no anything. Sick, awesome. Got on it, flew it up to the rift, and as we got there, these two fucking flying ships of the same technology as ours came out from above it and started murking us. We have killed 2 of the 3 people on the top one. I have just pulled him off of the ship with 3 consecutive Eldritch Blast hits. So that one is now empty and with no people on it. The front gunner of the other one is hypnotized by Dayek, I think it was. And yes, that is currently where we're up to. Catch up over.
So, what I'm hearing is we're about to get 2 more ships.
That's what I thought. Yes.
We get skiffs! Woo! I
Yeah.
forgot that Roll20 was a thing. You were describing things, and I was like, oh yeah, I can look at this.
Yeah.
In a fucking month.
Okay. Hunter, is there anything else you want to do?
I don't think there's anything I can do. So no, I'll just move ever so slightly closer to maybe here or something, just there. If I can get to there, which I assume I can.
Okay. Eves, go.
Yeah.
Do you have control of all the stuff?
Do I? I can get to a. I can I can't. Wait,
There you go. I'm just giving you control of the token.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. In that case, I can. She's on the thing. Does she need to reload that? Manganese?
Yes, if you want to fire it again. It is currently on fire, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's broken yet. So you can either reload it, put out the fire, or do something else.
Okay. How?
So-
reload just takes the attack action.
The reload for all of these, if it's just the one person operating it, it is your action to reload it.
Oh yeah, I see. 2 actions to load, 2 actions to aim, 1 action to fire. Okay. What's the range on her bow? Yeah,
I think it's 123 something.
is that the one thing I didn't add to the entire screen? Yes, it is the one thing I didn't add to Roll20. Well,
It's 150 disadvantage up to 600.
okay, I can work with 150.
Plenty of room.
What's this 1/5? Oh, 1/5. Can she go to shoot the skipper, please?
Yeah.
I think that's twice.
Which with the
With
one
her
at the
own
helm.
bow. With her own bow.
Yeah.
Because she might as well.
The one at the helm of the ship. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
That is plus 17, so that is
What?
yeah, bow's plus 17.
That's my kind of bow.
So that's 26 to hit, and that is 22 to hit.
Yeah, they hit.
Ooh.
How?
I don't know.
It's only a +2 bow.
I'm only using her character. I don't know the finer details.
Yeah.
It's like blessed by her god or some crap. That is 8 plus 16 damage. It's the lowest amount of damage in all fairness.
Cool. That sinks straight into his abdomen, but he is still at the wheel.
Well, she tried. Bonus action Hunter's Mark, I suppose. Might as
Okay,
well.
what's the range on Hunter's Mark? Is it
Ooh.
just that you can see?
You know what? I don't know. I thought it was pretty big. Let me have a quick look.
60?
90 feet.
No.
Okay, never mind then. Yeah, never mind then. That's all right. That's all done.
Okay. I mean, you can try and Hunter's Mark the one that's falling towards the ground. They're probably within 90 feet. But
Yeah, but only for like another round. Quite far away. So no. Yeah, no, she'll end it there.
hey, Ribbit, you are up.
Ribbit feels like he's just woken from a month-long trance. So one of the problems of being a rogue is that I've just swerved ranged attacks entirely. I do have a good leap, but it's not 90 plus feet of leap. So does anything need doing on the ship? Like, is anyone steering or is anything damaged?
So, just to catch you up on that front, the 3 fires at the front of the ship are fires that are like lapping over the side of the hull from where the cannon impacts hit previously. I believe the ballista to all the ballistas to the north of you, the front one, and the first south one have all been fired. The one directly south of you has not been fired, so that is loaded and can be fired.
Okay.
The rest of them require an action to reload.
I see.
And also, Hunter has been steering the ship, but has just moved forward.
I mean, would you like me to steer the ship? Because, like I say, there's very little else I can do. Is there anything I can do in the realms of repairs or ballista loading?
You can try and put out some of the fire, or you can load a ballista.
Hunter, where do you look like you're heading? do you look like you're off to do something with a plan? Should I take the wheel? Tell me in a glance.
Do whatever you want, bro.
Nice one.
Like it's ever going to be anything different.
based on like what's happened, how effective are these ballistas?
Very good.
So is it worth me reloading one?
Up to you.
In terms of the fire, is that like getting worse, or is that something I can just kind of avoid for now?
It's been chilling for now. Well,
okay,
it's been
okay.
fine. It's been chilling, so.
In that case, then, while deftly avoiding the fire, oh god, I'm assuming I can move far enough.
Are you outside, Josh?
I assume so. I'm here.
No,
physically yourself.
Oh,
right now, this moment.
No. Is it that loud? I do have the window open.
Yeah, God, is that what it is?
I mean, if you can hear cars, then yeah, that's fucking wild.
That's
not
what
the
police
window.
for, yeah. But...
Yeah, we had sirens.
Yeah. You'll definitely hear sirens. I live in Liverpool, mate. Definitely hear sirens.
It's alright, mate. I lived in Kenny for a while, so.
Okay, this blister over here, is it like drowned in fire, or can I reload it?
There is fire lapping up the front of the ship in front of it. It isn't currently on fire, but that's the way the fire is spreading.
It'll be fine. Right, well, before it gets destroyed, then, I'd like to reload it, although I'd like to... Oh, that feels worse. Okay, I'm going to go back there. Yeah, I would like to reload the ballista. Is that an action?
Yep.
And I am going to... bonus action...
Oh, there's the sign.
Hide. I'm going to bonus action hide. Hide the ballista.
You are currently on the deck of a ship in the open, so you
Yeah, but I'm
cannot
like-
attempt to hide.
Can I dodge?
Please roll a d20. If it's 1, you have to attempt to hide in the fire.
I like those odds.
Yeah, you need to be obscured in some way to try and hide. So
No fire for me. Okay, I'm going to attempt to bonus action dodge. I don't think it's going to help against ballistas, but it's fine.
okay,
I don't have anything else I can do.
okay, cool. It is the Southern crew's turn. They are going to. Well, pilot's going to move first. Go 5, 10, 20, 20, 30.
Wait, why does he go farther away?
Because he's a
Because they're not dumb.
he's a little pussy. Right, let's get him.
Let me just double check the range of its cannon. Oh yeah, that's fine. Okay, so 5 feet further back. Cool. At this point, they're screaming at the guy at the front to fire. The guy at the front is hypnotized
Yes.
and is not currently doing anything.
Go ahead, Dayek, lad.
His friend will remove him from the cannon and push him down because of the frustration of him not firing, but that's going to take his whole turn to do. So there are no gunshots coming from this gunboat.
Yes, Dayek.
He's probably out of his stupor then.
Why? What breaks it?
Spell ends if an effective user takes any damage, or if someone else uses an action to shake the creature. Well, you just tossed them on the floor, so I suppose.
Yeah,
that is...
they don't really care about each other enough to try and see what's wrong. He's just frustrated that his friend hasn't fired and has pushed him out of the way.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
neither of those conditions have technically been met.
Okay. You're the DM.
So he's still hypnotized.
Yeah, boy.
But that's all they can do. Dayek, you're up. Hunter, you're on deck.
I know.
Seeing that they are a bunch of pansies, I can't hit them anymore, so I will start apologies. Reloading the mangonel.
Okay, cool.
And I think everyone's health is all right now. So I will not do anything else.
Cool. Hunter, you're up. Eve's on deck.
I will move to, once I've got this, move to here, and I will use Arcane Gate.
Okay.
I will
Remind me what this does.
I shall read it, because you're going to see where I'm going with this. You create linked teleportation circles that remain open for the duration, which is concentration. One on the ground within 10 feet and one within 500 feet. So I'm going to create one 10 feet in front of me towards the river, like maybe here somewhere. And then the other one right there on the other ship.
Okay. What did you say the range was?
First one 10 feet, the next one within 500 feet.
Bloody hell. Okay.
Now,
In
this
that
is a
case,
hunter plan.
boop. You create an arcane gate.
There you go, Josh.
Yay! I can play.
On my turn, I can rotate the rings as a bonus action, so that the active side faces different directions. So currently, the active side is on mine is facing Josh. On theirs, it's just facing directly south.
Okay, good to know. So only their helmsman can see it.
Also, does the gate move with the ship, or does it just appear in space? And if the ship moves, then you're fucked.
We will have to wait and see. Is that your whole go then, Hunter?
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool. Eve's up.
Would Dayek, having used his entire action to reload Mangala, have reloaded it?
Yes.
Cool. In that case, Eve will shoot it. Sorry about the dog drinking. That's really loud. That is 19 plus 5, 24 hits.
What are you firing at? Sorry, the ship.
Yeah, the
Cool.
this one.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
5d10. That's all right. 26.
Nice. It slams into the front of the ship, carving its way kind of just down past the cannon and skimming along the side, fracturing and splintering wood as it goes. Anything else for Eve?
I don't think so.
Okay. Ribbit, you're up. Ribbit, you're muted.
Sorry, been trying to figure out what my mute button is. Ribbit's eyes light up. A twinkle, a sparkle in the corner of his eye as he sees the glowing hole in the ground, and he basically sprints over, leaps into the air, and not quite a swan dive, but kind of like, you know, like when you kind of like just stood perfectly straight, just kind of like drops in.
Oh, it's vertical. It's like.
Oh, in that case, he just dives headfirst into it.
Okay.
Misa, thank you. Bloop. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm currently on the trackpad, so I really appreciate that. Woo! Right, I've used about 10 feet of movement in here, assuming the teleportation. I don't have to walk through it. Right, these fine gentlemen here. The guy at the front, is he on the gun?
Mm-hmm.
And are any of them injured or looking injured?
They all seem. The one on the gun seems a bit injured. The one to the south of you and the one on the helm both look really, really messed up. They've got arrows sticking out of them, a few splinter marks. They are bleeding all over the place.
Okay, in that case, I will sprint over to this guy who looks like he's steering. I'm going to bonus action summon the Mind Blade, because I should have done that instead of dodging last turn, but oh well. And I'm going to stab him with my Flaming Rapier.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so excited! I'm so excited to skewer a man.
You're gonna get that one.
Tongue. Don't jinx me.
That definitely hits. With that, stab him straight in the chest. He can barely turn to face you. As you pull the blade out, he just slumps over to the side and onto the wheel.
Ribbit just laughed maniacally.
Can you roll me a D100?
Woo! Ooh, I like this. This makes me happy.
Okay. As he slumps over, there is a sudden lurch as the ship begins to slowly just nose down.
Okay. Well, I've used all my actions. I guess I'm just gonna kind of get ready to get him off next turn, I suppose, and maybe pull the wheel up.
You have
He is.
two attack actions.
No, I have two because I have two swords, but it requires a bonus action.
I see.
Is the problem, and I forgot that the Mind Blade summoning also takes a bonus action. When I was like, "Lol, dodge," I'll try and hide. So I'm just gonna stand here awkwardly, laughing maniacally.
Right. Okay.
Ribbit's having the time of his life. He's not been this excited in a while.
Okay. The guy on the gun is going to shout back to his friend, "Deal with him!" and go back and focus on the cannon. He still doesn't know his friend is hypnotized. There's too much going on. Their passive perception is not great. So he's just going to fire another cannon at the ship. He's going to fire another cannon at the ship. He's not smart enough to deal with the issue. He's gonna aim straight for front of the ship, like round here, because why not?
I should have put the arcane gate on the front, so anything that hits it just goes straight back to them. That'd have been amazing.
That's not great. Nope, that is a 9.
Yay!
The cannon scoots straight towards you guys, but with the sudden lurch forward of his ship, it goes wide, skimming down to the left of your ship and towards the ground. There's no additional saves on this hypnotized guy, is there? It's just he's hypnotized for the duration.
Yes.
What is the duration?
1 minute.
Ah, God. Okay, Dayek, it's you.
It's the range again. I am going to, as it's called, use the lightning launcher on my armor, which is a ranged attack of accurate 90, inaccurate 300, to try to hit the guy on the gun.
Okay, go for it.
That is a 13 or a 2. Okay. Or a second, if I can fucking read that, 12 or 9. So 19 to hit.
19 hits.
19 hits. Da-da-da-da. Then he takes 10 lightning damage.
Nice.
Instead, just shoots a bolt of lightning energy from his wrist, like Spider-Man.
Nice.
Into the guy's chest.
Parts the fire in front of you, strikes him. He seizes a bit as he grasps hold of the cannon, trying to hold on to it. He's still up, but he's very hurt. Hunter, he's on deck.
Fantastic. I will attempt to Eldritch Blast the guy on the front cannon 3 times.
Okay. What's the range on your Eldritch Blast again? It's something stupid, isn't it?
300.
Oh, for God's sake.
You just went full Eldritch Blast with this character.
Yeah, all of those hit.
And 30 feet towards me, please.
Okay.
If he's not already dead.
Let's see if he saves the dex on the first one. He doesn't. The first one strikes, he's pulled 10 feet forward over the cannon. There is fear in his eyes as he knows what's about to happen. However, he never sees that realized as the second blast goes straight into his face and kills him outright. His corpse, mangled and with a third blast chasing it, falls towards the ground.
Yeah. That's great.
Which falls faster, the bolt or the corpse?
hopefully the corpse, so the bolt hits him and just pulls him 10 feet up off the floor again.
They're around the same speed, but the bolt is catching up. So as the guy
Just
gets
midair.
2/3 of the way to the ground, the bolt hits him, pauses the deceleration, and then he falls again.
So what you're saying is I can use Eldritch Blast to cushion my own fall. Interesting.
That is not the precedent I just set.
But it's a reality I can get behind.
You do have Acme rockets for Eldritch Blast now, though, so I mean, missiles.
Eves, go.
What's this range now? There's way too much. I think she's just going to try and get the fires out.
Okay.
Is there anything she needs to roll for that?
At this point, no, I don't think so. You can spend an action putting the fire out that's right in front of you if you want.
Of the 3 fires that we can see on the map, which one's the most dangerous to us right now? Not
The one at the very front, right in
Okay.
front of you.
Then she'll take care of that one.
Okay, cool. Fires begin to be put out. Ribbit, you're on a nose-diving ship. It's very slowly nose-diving, but it is nose-diving. What are you doing?
Oh god, sorry, it's so hard to get to the fucking mute button. Hate Max. Right. Oh god. So yeah, I'm obviously gonna scoot this fella off. And as you know, the ex-leader of the Grung Legion of Neverwinter, I've had some basic flight training. I've held a steering wheel before. I'm sure that my dumb frog brain is smart enough to make this thing pull up. So that's what I'm going to try and do.
Okay. It takes you a few seconds of trial and error, but you do eventually realize it's quite intuitive. Pushing and pulling the wheel nosedives or picks it back up again. It's clear that there's not so much that this was something crafted and imbued with magic rather than magically created like your own ship. So there is a bit of intuition involved. But yes, you can pull the ship up and stop it from nosediving.
Okay, I basically want to try and keep it level with the other ship, really. And
you with that intuition, once you've pulled it up,
okay.
you just pause for a second. It's as well with the demonstration of the other ship you can see. So long as you're not manipulating the controls, it does appear to be they just float where they are.
Okay, and again, given my experience with these vehicles, if I do these have to keep going forwards, or can I hit the brakes? Also, can I tell where the brakes are?
This one currently the brakes are on. It was just going downwards.
Oh, okay, sweet. So it's pretty still.
Yeah, it
gorgeous.
is basically just floating in place now that you've corrected the pitch.
Okay, in that case, has that taken up my action?
Because you don't necessarily know how to do it off the bat, I'd say yes.
Okie doke. And this fella is like hypnotized, right?
Yes, he's currently just staring straight forward at the Leviathan, just not moving.
Okay. I'm basically, because do we know who these people are?
Nope.
Okay, cool. Right, I'm gonna.
You know them. You do know them as they are White Hand soldiers. So you've seen them previously under the command of Brawl and Glathaf.
Yeah. Okay, in that case, I am just gonna prepare to restrain this guy next turn, basically, so we can like question him. I'm gonna dismiss my mind blade as well.
Okay, we may as well just drop initiative order then.
Yeah,
because he is the last one, and he can't resist you because he's hypnotized, and you're not doing any damage to him.
Yeah, but you could have gone for the funny thing, which was to just guide this hypnotized person without shaking him awake over the edge.
See if the way down's enough to wake him up.
Yeah. Is that other ship just chilling up there for now?
It is very, very slowly drifting in the way towards the northeast, as it was kind of handbrake turned and parked in a rush so the person on it could get to the gun. And the fire on board it is currently spreading.
Okay, and ours is currently chilling where it is.
Correct.
Okay, we don't need two ships. I'm not going to risk it. I could go get that one as well, but no, we got enough ships.
Yeah, I was going to drive over.
I was just going to arcane gate again, but it's fine.
Got to turn off the fucking fires.
Yeah, we'll spend some time getting rid of these fires and.
Okay.
Just to clarify, the ship on fire is not drifting towards our ship.
No, it's drifting to the northeast.
Okay, cool. We'll just let it go. You know, like when you like lose a helium balloon and you're just like, yeah, someone's gonna enjoy that one day.
Can I do my best to eviscerate it with Eldritch Blast on its way down so it can't use against us?
Yeah, okay. As it slowly drifts away, you fire off successive Eldritch Blasts, cutting away at some of the steering fins, cutting away at anything that looks remotely magical on the underside. As it begins to slowly spin and drift towards the ground, one of your blasts hits the cannon and explodes in a mighty roar. At that point, the slow drift and spin towards the ground becomes a plummet and a tumble, as the front of the ship is like a third of it's now missing, and it plummets with a crash and fire. Takes a few minutes, but yeah, that you can easily do all of that.
We got 2 votes.
I vote we get through the portal as soon as we can.
Yeah, so what are we heading towards this red thing? Is that what we're trying to do?
Yeah.
I tried to go through it, yeah.
Got you, I see. Maybe we should be on the same boat when we do, just in case.
We could attach that one with rope as like a.
We're like towing it.
Yeah, like I don't know, like a rowboat for the ship.
You do have like hundreds of feet of fucking rope ladders and shit. So we definitely could do that.
Yeah.
However, when we go through, I'm definitely going to be on the same boat.
You should be fine, but
I am not going to risk ending up in the wrong dimension.
first,
Thank you.
head
So
through. and turn
So
about,
you're
I think.
staying on the ship, but being towed.
No, I'm gonna maneuver the ship behind, well, the little skiff behind the ship,
Right.
and we're gonna try and attach it with like ropes and shit, and basically just tow it.
Okay.
Can we just like leave it in neutral? Just let it float?
Yeah. If you
Cool.
if you leave it in like the default hover flying mode, it will be like a strong wind will slowly move it, or a tugging ship will slowly move it. So
Spectacular.
Fantastic.
Let's do that then, and yeah, I would like to be on the main boat when we actually go through, just in case.
okay.
Okay, realization that I've made. You guys say that the Neverwinter we were like 10 minutes ago is not the same Neverwinter.
No.
What makes us think that if it's not the same Neverwinter and it's therefore a different world, that your flying ship works the same way?
What, in the new world?
Let's call it the new world, yeah. Do we have any assurance that it still flies, or is it just going to fall out of the sky the moment we come through that?
Misa thinking, even if Isa no work, if we fall out the sky, boat or not.
He's got a point.
He does have a point. Loath as I am to admit it.
I could try and I wouldn't know how the situation. I know how we got the ship, but I wouldn't know the ins and outs of where that magic would still be valid. It's not a bad thought, in all honesty. But I really wouldn't know. I assume it would, because it was made using the highest possible magic. But yeah, I assume it would still work.
Right. Do you have any more users of that spell of yours?
Yes, I've got one more use of Featherfall.
Just in case. All right, let's do our best and hope we don't fall.
Okay, so you're traveling back through the giant anomaly in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, before we do, we don't want to go back to the same point we went in, obviously, because we'd crash into a hill.
Okay.
But if we could maybe gauge where that point would be and like where the sky would be, like I'm assuming it works the same as right to left, left to right. If we could just go a bit to the left of that, maybe like 500 feet up, that would be better.
You can definitely do that. Traveling back through this big rift, you pass your ship through the giant white center, and all of you kind of brace. The white hand soldier that you have with you, now out of his trance, is looking petrified, wincing as tied up he is being dragged along through. Ribbit, with your passive perception being demonstrably high, as you are passing through, literally as the front of the ship is touching or going through this anomaly, you swear somewhere on the ground towards the castle you see movement, like large movement, but before you can get a good glimpse of what it is, you are passing through into the other Neverwinter.
It looked like it was moving towards me, or just moving?
Give me an actual perception check to see whether you noticed that.
Dice, hot dice, hot dice. I don't think I can roll less than 21. I'm gonna put that out there.
Let's try one. That kind of direction you don't know. You swear it was an upwards motion, though.
Okay.
And then also, as you weren't here, Josh, when everyone else travelled through this anomaly, something happened to them. So nothing will happen this time through, but for the first time, can you roll me a D100?
Oh dear.
74.
The number.
It is indeed an O. Oh.
I love that reaction.
You've been here 5 minutes.
Absolutely love it.
Okay, Josh, as you came through this anomaly this time, just like the first time, it felt like it had some kind of effect on you. It left something behind. You were definitely changed in some way. Like, exposure to this kind of magic mustn't be good for you. I'm sending you what has happened to you on Discord right now.
Oh god. Oh no.
Just
Make
Josh.
a note of that at Just Josh, because you all rolled the first way through, so this is for that. This time through, you all again brace for something weird and funky to happen to you, but nothing does. You still feel strange as you pass through, like falling through thousands of cobwebs. But then you emerge. And you emerge into the Neverwinter sky. Just give me 1 second to put you on the map. The bright and breezy Neverwinter sky. Let me just grab your a light hand soldier as well. You appear to have made it back safe and sound, and Hunter, to your delight, you are not falling out of the sky.
Delightful.
Your gunboat is still in tow behind you.
Woohoo! There's 2 ribbons. Yes, it's worked.
Interesting.
The perfect reality has been achieved.
When I said that, I thought, shit, that thing that's just been sent is like your body has been cloned. I was like, fuck.
Josh, do you want to make that second roll now?
Yeah, just doing that. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Is it just a D20? Do you have the thing, or do I need to Google the thing?
I'll tell you.
Well, I'll Google it just so I can be. I'll Google it. Just give me a sec.
Okay. Yeah, it's D100.
If possible, also, I can't find where you sent me my thing from last session. Could you resend it, please?
I believe it's in Discord.
Discord. How do I access messages? Discord. Direct message. Aha. I see it.
Make a note. It's probably best to copy and paste those onto your character sheet.
Oh, okay. So
It's also in the Roll20 journal. If you can be bothered looking for it.
Yours is. Theirs is not.
Oh, this is both of them are different. Okay, I thought that the 3 of us had the same, that Josh didn't. Cool. Bless you.
Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah.
Josh, do you have that in front of
Yep.
you? Okay,
Yep.
good to know.
Yep.
Good to know.
Yep.
Okay, guys, you are in the skies above Neverwinter. There are crowds of people on the ground far below you, staring up a couple of 100 feet as they are seeing a ship flying overhead, tugging another ship. Most of these people have not seen such a thing. A few of them have probably never even heard of flying ships. What is it you would like to do?
To Silverymoon!
Ribbit sort of stumbles for a moment and falls over to the edge. And as he looks over the border, he screams, "Wow! What's we so? Why are we so in the sky? What's happening?" He's looking around, panicked. What's happening? Who's in charge of this ship? Who's in charge? Hello? You said big man. You must be in charge. What's happening? Why are we so in the sky?
Do you not remember me?
Remember you? I've never met a giant such as you say in my life.
Oh, shit. Okay, well, this is an issue.
Can you guess what happened?
Has your memory been wiped?
Maybe.
My Roll20's been really spazzy. I can't actually see anything.
Yeah, mine was being a bit weird. Mine was being a bit laggy.
Right.
So yeah, basically, Ribbit is just very confused, holding on very strongly to the banisters, just kind of wailing. And that's probably what I'm going to do until we stop.
Okay, let me just reload Roll20. I can't see shit.
God, I don't think I have something to calm him down either.
Honestly, it might be worth just knocking me out at this point.
Okay, let me try something here. Let me get my character sheet up again, so it's had to be fucked off. Okay, I'm going to attempt to use modify memory on Ribbit.
Ooh, okay.
And the intention being for him to be able to recall exactly, in perfect clarity, what happened to him in the last 10 minutes.
Interesting. Okay. And is that permanent?
It doesn't say. While the charm lasts. 1 minute.
Concentration. Duration of fire. Let me read the whole thing. Give me a sec.
I mean, I could maybe like remember and then remembering. But then I guess I think you did that to me.
Oh no,
so
no, that's just that duration is the amount of time they're incapacitated while you do whatever it is you're doing in their brain.
Oh.
Oh, so I
then
shut up for a minute as well.
I think it's permanent.
As child last, you can affect its memory or an event that is experienced in the last 24 hours to make permanently eliminate all memory of the event. I'll actually call it you are a smart cookie. Describe how it's arranged for gaps. I'll take my spot. Okay, yeah, cool. He will just remember forever if you do that.
Wild.
Yes!
Wild.
I know.
However,
I know.
he currently doesn't know who you are. So, Josh, I'm going to have to ask you to make the wisdom saving throw because
You'd have to anyway.
I would argue that in my panic state, it should be at disadvantage. What is it again?
I'll bonus action hex him.
Okay, nice.
For wisdoms.
That means this would have to be over the course of 2 rounds, but that's fine. You're not an initiative. Okay.
Okay,
So
I'll
yeah,
just scream for
Josh,
12
you're at
seconds.
disadvantage wisdom saving throw.
Hello.
Yes!
A natural one. Okay, yeah.
One I've ever
fuck off.
rolled.
Suddenly, in your panic state, you turn to this giant man again, and he begins throwing 2 spells at you. You feel them take hold, but you can't really do anything before snap. You remember everything in perfect clarity that just happened over the past 10 minutes.
So
While what is applying to you still applies, you will also constantly be aware and remember those 10 minutes, which I'd say would explain why you are experiencing what you're experiencing for as long as you're experiencing it.
Yeah, it's actually kind of the perfect time to remember.
Yeah.
Because, all it tells me is, oh, I've been mind wiped, fuck.
Is that what it was?
No, it basically, all I remember is we went through a portal and then all of a sudden I didn't remember anything anymore. Also, I don't remember anything before 10 minutes ago. So, logic dictates that when I went through this portal, I got my mind wiped.
Awesome. So you don't remember anything?
I have total amnesia. Misa no remember nothing. Misa was so scared. Misa didn't remember who Yusa were. Misa didn't remember Yusa or Yusa. Misa still not remember Yusa. Looking at the white hand guy.
Yeah, just forget about him.
Yeah, that was more than 10 minutes ago, so I have no idea who that guy is.
In this partial moment of clarity, a partial sigh of relief for your companions, something catches your eye. As it does, you look back and you see emerging from the anomaly a third gunboat. This on its own catches your attention, but Hunter especially. Your eyes are immediately drawn to the person at the helm of this gunboat, as staring back at you, the old and bearded Glassstaff smugly smiles in your direction before moving a hand, and the gunboat taking off at great speed towards the north. So anything you guys would like to do?
Yeah, hold on. Let me get my ruler out.
I'm gonna summon my mind blade.
Eldritch blast it 3 times to bring it back.
You want to bring the whole ship back?
Yeah, if I
Okay,
can
yeah,
do that.
go for it.
Must be
Go
easier
for
to
it.
hit than a single person, at least.
Fuck's sake.
Is the ship on the board at the moment? Should I be able to see it?
Yeah, it's just to the north of the rift, above the castle.
Thank you.
The first 2 impact, but are deflected by the hull. The third one hits. It does not appear to do any damage. However, if you want to pull it 10 feet closer towards you, you can.
I will.
Okay.
And then as soon as I'm able to, I'll do it again.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, if we're doing it like that, on its go, it would rocket forward another. What's the thingy? 50. Another 50.
Okay.
You're doing it again.
Yeah.
Okay. For the sake of brevity, one of those hits again. You pull it 10 feet closer to you, and Glassstaff is going to engage the full speed of the ship. Because he is traveling in a vertical line, he is going to take off at 160 feet around.
Well.
So he goes rocketing off the map. Your ship may or may not be quick enough to catch up to it, or at least travel at the same speed.
Oh, it
However,
definitely is.
He is currently rocketing away.
Oh, Wish
What
made
would you
this
like to
the
do?
fastest, best, most powerful ship that will ever exist. So
We did use a lot of superlatives, with like at least 3 superlatives.
At
I
least.
will remind you, this has no bearing on the situation. I'm not implying anything. But I will remind you said that has ever existed, not will ever exist.
That was our first wish, and then we got teleported back to that old
No,
ship.
you kept it as has, but you are making one equivalent rather than going to the original.
Yeah, that was the specificity. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
that
just
was,
make
that was
us one. We want a different one.
Should we just fuck off and Dayek is in a rush?
Yeah, little question. What was that?
What? Oh, that ship.
Yeah.
Oh,
So the bad guy.
Yeah, it's
I
got a
mean-
bad guy on it.
I figured after you just suddenly started attacking him, but is there a history here I should be no?
Go on, Josh.
Well, Misa, technically Misa not known him for so long, but the rest of Wisa friends, they fought him for quite literally 3 years. And yeah, he's come back multiple times. He's now the king of Winterfell. Wisa was scared, but Wisa was like, okay, you're not hurting us, so you, sir, can survive. And now he's trying to kill us, as Wisa suspected.
Apart from Hunter said all that because Ribbit doesn't remember any of that.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah,
Hunter tells me, and then I tell him.
Instead of Neverwinter as well.
Okay.
That's the king that you were talking about before.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe Misa not remember.
If we just go to Silverymoon then and assist you in your questicle, how long will it take us to get there? It's like 2 days, roughly.
It's
33 hours.
Yeah.
33 hours. I will spend, after a long rest of flying, if we're all in decision going straight there, I will spend the well, 20 of the remaining hours, bringing Josh back up to speed on his own life.
Yeah, well, Misa was going to ask, could you, sir, tell Misa where we're going and why?
Yes, of course.
Okay. I'm
Also,
also
could
going to
you
ask.
tell Josh where we're going and why? Because Josh doesn't know either.
Okay.
Yeah, go on. Bring me up to speed on that.
Yeah, so we saw through a spell from someone in the other group that there was a person that we released from prison who was in this vision that they saw in Silverymoon. So we decided, the four of us are going to Silverymoon and the other guys are going somewhere else. So we're going there and then see if we can catch up with him for two reasons. A, the guy's a friend of Eve's, whose player currently is not here. And B, we need to get our hands on a follower of Lelia for some devil.
Vision quest, dig it. Okay,
Yeah.
dope.
So, are you all doing anything over the course of this trip that you haven't already mentioned?
Just getting me 50 gold off Ribbit that he owes me from 2 weeks ago.
Oh, Misa was sure Misa would have paid you. Misa may not remember, but Misa know me good at paying up. But if Yusa is Misa best friend, as Yusa have explained, Yusa have saved my life hundreds of times. So Misa should really pay you to repay you for the kindness Yusa have done me my whole life.
You're right.
Yusa did raise me after all from a baby.
True. Cheers, bro.
Okay. Okay. I will say, long rest yourselves up because you are traveling for a long period of time, so you will have time to rest here.
I took no damage.
I will say, over the course of this conversation, resting, more talks, it's a long story to catch Ribbit up on everything important, everything detailed. As the first day ticks by, you just about have finished telling Ribbit all of these stories when there's a sudden click. And Ribbit, you remember everything. Your amnesia disappears.
Oh, fuck!
Can you re-roll for me, please?
Yusa, give me some money back. It's funny, sorry, I was just laughing to myself. I was like, oh, I've not taken any damage. I don't need to heal. And then I looked at my temporary hit points, and they say 9. So, yeah, I was poorly boy. Right, where's the D100? I've forgotten how to use a computer.
You need to do a saving throw.
Oh, fuck.
You all gain 9 temp hit points as well when we have our long rest.
Yeah, that's a fail.
Oh, fuck.
I'll just send you this again. Not if you read it yet.
What did you get?
Does amnesia kick back in?
You'll find out in a moment.
Well, I'll tell you, on his wisdom saving throw, he got a natural 1. So there is something happening.
Mm-hmm.
Please tell me that this amnesia kicked in again and we have to start all over.
Who's there? Are you? Fuck!
Oh my god. Okay, interesting.
Oh my god, I'm a fucking Pokemon now. Fuck's sake. Oh my god. I hope this becomes relevant. I wish. Misa wish. Misa still remember though. Misa, I want my Misa 50 gold back.
Are you perfect clarity now?
Misa remember everything.
Okay. Just while I'm thinking about it, because I completely forgot to ask you this. When you happen to look back and see something, but you weren't quite sure what it was, how was it that one ship? Because now you recall that in perfect clarity. Was it just the one ship, or was it?
Well, Misa saw large movements. Misa suspects Issa was a ship. Misa originally thought it's a dragon, but then Misa forget everything. And then Miso, remember the last 10 minutes, but only right before the big thing come through portal. So, Misa, no helpful. Misa, sorry.
Fairs.
But yes, Misa suspects that the big boat that followed us was the shadow.
Okay, doke. So now you're all remembering and back to normal ribs for now.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but whether this comes up is another question.
What's 2 times 2?
I actually had to think about that for.
It's
that was
affecting
just
him in more ways than one.
Okay. So, you travel and travel through the night, and 33 hours later, following your journey over the Evermoors, Dayek has been instructing you on exactly how to get to Silverymoon the quickest way, following natural landmarks and the river now that he knows travels through Silverymoon. You're approaching around 11 p.m. on the second day when you can see the city walls up ahead of you. The one thing you noticed first, Dayek, about this scene ahead is the lights from the city, a lot of which are produced through magical means. They seem to be different from usual. And as you get closer and closer to the city, you can tell there's not just clouds in the sky, but there is plumes of smoke appearing from different sections of the city. And some of the light you see is probably fires burning in the distance. What would you like to do?
I would know if Silverymoon had any place for a ship to land, and I imagine the answer would be no.
So, if you're talking about Skyship,
Yes, I am talking about ship.
You would know that on the far eastern side of Silverymoon, there is actually a sky port for docking ships. It hasn't been used in a very long time. Skyships are not as common as they once were. However, it's not exactly like run down or in a bad way. However, from the direction you're traveling into Silverymoon, you would have to fly over the whole city before you got there. And it is like a very tall, prominent structure.
Right.
You aren't as close to the city as you're about to be on this map. However, I'll put you on the map because you would know the layout, so you can plan accordingly.
We can just park there and then take the skiff a bit closer. Hide that like behind some trees or something.
If you can get us anywhere near the bridge in the center of town to start with.
We also have rope and rope ladders if we just wanted to like park the little one in the sky and drop down.
We can park the big one up and just use the little one.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If we take the little one round, we're more likely to be able to park it, and also like we can kind of just leave it in the sky and ladder down if we need.
Oh shit, we haven't got a crew anymore, so I don't really want to leave it unattended.
Oh, we've got to do work now. Ugh.
I mean, it's not like there's a lot of flying ships in this part of the world these years.
No.
So you could probably leave it mildly unattended.
Mildly unattended.
If there is such a thing.
this fills me with not much confidence.
We'll keep half an eye on it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. How long would it roughly take us to get to this place if we use the little ship? Because if I can ritual cast me a familiar, I'll put it on the ship and keep it there, and
As in, to fly from where you are to the docking area.
Yeah, with the little ship.
I mean, it probably only take you. I mean, you're not as close to the city as you are there, but it probably only take you 20 minutes from where you are, max. But as I say, you will be flying over the whole city, and the actual docking area is slightly outside the city walls, so you'd have to make your way back to a main city gate, the one to the north there.
Going foot will take much longer than I think we can afford, looking at the state of the city.
Yeah, we'll take the risk of the ship, and we'll leave it pretty much where it is. That's quite hard to get to.
Where is the ship? Sorry, I can't find it.
Just above the
Currently
most to the left.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh, we're so small. Oh my
Basically,
god.
it's
Okay, yeah,
on
we
the map
definitely
here.
did.
It's just at the mouth of the river, but you are like a mile or two back from that position in reality.
Oh, we could
Okay,
leave
yeah,
the ship where it is now, then raise it up
Yeah.
a bit into the clouds, and then use the small ship, and then go to Silverymoon if you want.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, cool.
Whichever's the fastest.
Yeah,
Yeah, we definitely need to take the little ship at least. We can't walk. Jeez.
yeah, no.
Ah, fuck that.
Jeez. Yeah, after Tomb of Annihilation and we skipped all the jungle with the ship. I ain't about to walk nowhere.
Oh yeah, that was the biggest
Absolutely no
inadvertent
chance.
fudge we ever did.
We skipped all of that jungle. We accidentally had to walk through the jungle once, and it took us like 2 weeks of in-game time. And then the rest of it, like, we would travel to several locations in a day.
It was brilliant. It got to the point where Lydic was like, "How long did it take us to get to there?" 4 hours. And we were like, "Oh, that's quite a long time."
Okay, so you park your little gunboat up. Sorry, you park your big galleon up in the sky, up in the clouds. Board onto the little gunboat. What are you doing with your prisoner?
Throwing him off the edge.
Can we like interrogate him a little bit first?
Yeah,
You might know some
go
of
like
them.
rewind to us interrogating him during those 33 hours.
Yeah. Very fair point. I was memory wiped at this point though, so I didn't really know why I was angry at him. I just felt it.
Just in my bones.
So, what would you? What are you saying to him? At the minute, he hasn't said a word. He just looks a bit confused, frightened, and angry. Nobody is saying anything to him.
I have no questions for him. I have no interest in him.
We have one
but-
person who doesn't know who he is or where he's from and has no interest in him. One person with no memory, so can't ask him questions. And the last person wants to throw him over the side of the ship. So what are we doing here, guys?
I think we've all just decided on what we're doing.
Just after, look, we clearly left him there for the full 33 hours. So after remembering, I'm just going to ask him very briefly, where's the glass staff going? What's his plan? With a knife to his neck.
Okay, give me an intimidation check.
Oh god, I'm not great at
I'll
that.
spark my Eldritch Blast hands as well to try and scare him.
I am not good at this. Where's intimidation? Oh god. And I got a...
Jesus, Josh.
Oh my god!
I did make that a disadvantage, so technically it's 1. But...
I still have 0. Oh god.
Yeah. That's not a natural 1, that was a 2 to a 1. Okay?
Oh my god.
So just to clarify, that was not a critical failure of my... my pants didn't fall down, right? Like, it just didn't work. Look, I think that roll has told us everything we need to know about this interrogation, so Ribbit's going to drag him and throw him off the sides. Because he clearly didn't get any answers out of him.
So at this point, after 33 hours, you're throwing him overboard.
He's
Well,
just like, you didn't ask me any questions. I'm happy to answer.
I saw a 0 and Ribbit was clearly embarrassed by whatever has transpired, so he's just going to kill him so that no one knows.
You literally
Basically.
saw red.
Let me just try
Yeah.
one last thing. I'm going to pick him up, the prisoner up, and hold him off the edge of the boat. And I'm like, you will answer his question now. And then I
What
can start
question?
He asked him about Gustav.
I did.
Long
Okay.
ago.
Go on, give me another intimidation check then. Because he's not convinced by the first one, so
Oh, well, that would be you, which I hope is going to be better
yeah,
than
go on,
mine.
Hunter.
I
Seven.
drop him off the edge.
Yeah, he doesn't reply, he just raises an eyebrow in like, yeah, of course you will. And then you let go. And his eyes suddenly go wide. And he just falls.
Eldritch blasts him back up. Hold him again. No, joking.
I mean, you could try.
That'd be a
Yo-yo
power
him.
move. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's dead. I'm
I mean,
assuming he'd die in the water from that
He,
distance.
he was also on 2 hit points, so if you'd Eldritch blasted him, he's probably dead.
Non-lethally.
So was
So
so
he's just
tough.
unconscious. Being Alright,
He's
boys, going
he's
fishing. Okay. Okay, yeah, he's dead. He falls to his death, screaming into the night as he hits the floor below. The screams echoing through this vast, empty sky.
my high perception. I'd like to listen for the splat. I just want to be sure because I'm very embarrassed.
All right. Give me a
No
second.
one will tell the tale.
He indeed hits land, not water.
Oh.
You don't really hit a splat. You just hear a very distant thud.
I'll do.
Amazing. Right, off to the quest.
Okay. So you, I believe, if I just do this, you now have control over the skiff, the gunboat in the bottom
Josh,
left.
it needs a name.
Move it 5 or 6 squares at a time. Show me your trajectory.
Go on, Dayek. You know this
Yeah.
more than we do.
Alright, that's 5. I'm just going to keep moving until you tell me there's something happening.
Yeah.
Okay. 5. Just
Can
across
I
the
be
river.
using my highly perceptive eyes to scour the landscape for either whatever we're looking for or potential threats?
Okay. As you enter the city's airspace here, you do indeed see a lot of the large major buildings, official-looking buildings. Anything with any kind of prominence appears to be damaged, on fire, or burnt out. While the city looks attacked, it's clear that this was surgical in a way. However, looking round, you don't see any obvious signs of combat. You do see a few people walking the streets this late at night. Give me a perception check.
Ooh.
24.
What
Okay.
was that? Ooh.
You do notice that the few people who are walking the streets, they appear to be very calm. They are armored, and they appear to always be in groups of anywhere between 2 and 5.
Oh, these look like soldiers down there. Has this been an invasion? Is this the local or is this the invaders?
Can I see them as well?
Give
Can
me
I
a
describe them
perception
at least?
check.
I give them advantage by describing.
them. Yeah, but I'll go off both because you're describing it and.
That's natural 20.
Ooh, yeah, you can see them.
You look so good. You looked amazing.
Looking at them, they do not appear to be in any kind of familiar garb. But you know the local Silverymoon garrisons are the what they call our spell. Give me 1 second. The spell guard. Should have been able to guess that. Considering they're guards and they have spell in their name. So the local spell guards are your typical walking around in normal robes, however coloured to the colours of Silverymoon with like peach and blue coloration. And then you also have normal guards under Baron's control. They are armored normally, but A, there's not normally this many of them, and B, they're usually in your typical leather armor, whereas these people, everyone you see seems to be either in full plate or half plate. With your natural 20, I'll also say that you do get a few glimpses of armor that appears to be coloured with like a stained glass effect to it. Some like accents of stained glass, very ornate in certain areas of it.
Fancy. Okay. The guards don't look like any guards I've seen here in a long time.
Misa suspect that these are the invading army. Then Misa think Misa probably want to swerve any encounters with these people.
I would agree. Can you see anything up on the bridge up ahead?
What do my frog eyes see?
The bridge is still quite a way away. You can see
Okay, but are there like signs of
up
combat?
ahead.
Or...
There is around you. You don't see anyone on the bridge at present, but it is still active. For those of you not familiar with Silverymoon, this is I will pull a picture up of it. A giant, semi-translucent, magical bridge bridges the gap between the north and south banks.
Cool.
As you continue further into the city, going along the river, even at this height, as you're still watching out for things and with your perception checks being so high, you notice that you're now catching the attention of a few of these patrolling figures. A few of them are pointing and staring. Groups are joining together to discuss things. And further along the banks, you can see people are beginning to pick up the pace, run about, organize, and try and keep track with your ship along the bank.
I would like to swear profusely at these people in Grungan only, so it's just a lot of like croaking.
Okay.
Loud croaking from the sky. I feel like that's probably quite threatening.
Okay. That the croaking echoes through the quiet streets and the quiet water below you.
Spectacular.
I must get to the northern bank somehow. But there seems to be a lot of them. Does the harbour look like a place where we can post a ship? Like, how much like a normal ship does this airship look like?
So, like the other ship, you can tell it is also capable of traveling on water. It's just basically the two modes it can switch between, whether that be water ship or airship.
Right, would it be an idea to see if we can land this between all the other ships and see if we can blend it in?
Not a bad shout, to be fair, although it's probably the only pristine one. Actually, no, it's battle damage because it's just coming from a battle, so it probably looks like it belongs here.
True.
They like fold the like wing sails away. Like, will they be visible? I feel like that's basically what gives it away.
Yeah, when you land, they will fold up. So will the ones at the front. But like any mast or sail, they'll still be in the same position they are, just folded up.
So where are we actually trying to get to in the city, or are we looking for someone?
I'm looking for someone.
Got you. So we're not sure where they are. That's what we're trying to track down.
I need to head to the Wayward House. It's
Okay.
it's an inn in the centre of town by the bridge.
Got you. Got you. And okay, so this glowy thing in the middle, this is the moon bridge, yes?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I see. Right, I follow now. Yeah, I mean, I think I kind of agree. Like, I think our choices are either to leave it floating in the sky and rappel down, or to put it in the water. I mean, I guess we could just float it in the middle, but then I feel like they can like bring weapons up near it and destroy it. Whereas at least if it's in the water, take the keys. We'll put one of them steering column lock things on.
Yeah. Yeah, just pop it down. I mean, we should have just sailed in to avoid all this, but
Yeah. Thinking about it now, I mean, that said, we would have been closer. Like at least this way, we could have maybe got by unseen. So I don't know how high are we?
I mean, you didn't specify, so I'm assuming anywhere from 500 to 800 feet, because you're still low enough to be able to see people,
Yeah.
but as high as you can be while still seeing people and like detail. So
Also-
if you're looking at the harbour, by the way, as it is on the map, it does appear like the docks were very harshly hit. A lot of the boats seem either damaged or damaged beyond repair. The docks themselves seem okay, but all the infrastructure surrounding there, like the trading posts, official-looking buildings, they're all pretty heavily hit / damaged.
I mean, could we literally just like park it over the Wayward House and just rappel down? Actually, do we have rope on board? Can I find rope?
I would have rope on me, but it's only 50 feet, so that would only bring us like.
We've probably got a
so
couple.
far.
It's a boat, right? You have rope on boats.
I mean, I've not investigated this ship to see what the inventory is, but
Well, like I said, I think our choices are either to land it in the water or to float it over Wayward House and rappel down. I'm kind of fine with either.
well, we need to get lower anyway for me to get any kind of idea of what's going on in the city.
Yeah, fair point.
The best I can see from here is that they are wearing armor that they would not normally be wearing. Maybe if I get closer, we'll see more detail on them.
Yeah, I guess we should just keep heading at this point.
Yeah, so we'll head forwards and downwards
Yeah.
in a fashion that does not make us nosedive.
Okay. Again, as you get closer and closer to the ground, there are more and more of these armored individuals streaming in from the streets surrounding. You currently see 3 different groups. One with 5 or 6 people, one with like 7 or 8, and one with around 10. 2 of them seem to be on this bank here, and another one seems to be on the southern bank over here. Again, they're kind of moving along in the direction that you appear to be traveling, trying to keep pace. And obviously, all of their attention is focused on you at the minute.
Are we close enough that I can try and discern like what kind of weapons they have? Do they look like kind of mages, or have they got swords?
With your same perception check, because you're basically looking out for the same stuff, you can tell most of them, if not all of them, have a sword on their side. A few of them also have either a longbow or crossbow strapped to their back. There doesn't seem to be any stereotypical magic users among them. However, now you're looking at the weaponry, you can see in these groups, a decent proportion of them actually have their hand on the hilt of their sword, like in a "I'm ready to draw" this kind of motion.
I mean, I'm starting to think maybe it's worth trying to hide because we may be about to fight, like, what was it, 18 dudes?
More like 25.
It's because I feel like if we just descend on Wayward House, you're not really going to be able to ask any questions because we'll be a bit preoccupied with the army outside. Don't know if it's worth because the west side, like I don't know if maybe we can fuck outside there. That doesn't look too far to Wayward House.
I mean, are these friends or foes that we're trying to circumvent here?
We don't recognize the armor, so they don't seem to be the local guard.
They don't seem to be wearing the colours of the city, and they seem on edge.
What about a distraction, like for example, summon greater demon to occupy them, or?
I mean, that would be absolutely fantastic. I mean, I'm also like more than happy to like go and scrap while you ask questions. I'm also happy to be part of the distraction. I feel like that's very much in Ribbit's remit.
Now that we're lower, can we see, like, do they have the heads and faces covered, or can we see what races they are?
I'd say about 2/3 of them do have helmets on, but they're not full face helmets. They're just your bog standard, cover as much as the head, faceplate open.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell. It will be hard to tell between a lot of races at this distance, but you can tell most of them seem human-ish. But again, distinguishing features at this range, it's hard to tell. There's probably not a dwarf, halfling, or gnome among them because they all seem too tall for that. But that's about the best you can do.
Okay.
Are any of them blue?
Looking at them, none of them appear to be blue.
Good. That's all we need.
Such a specific question.
How does the Wayward House look? Does it look damaged or attacked?
You're kind of too far away at this point to get detail. There's no smoke coming.
We get closer. It's your way.
Again, they're tracking you along the bank, but now looking at Wayward House, outside of it, there appear to be piles of debris, wooden splinters and stuff that have been cleared from the main path. So clearly there's been fighting around it, but the building itself looks intact.
Is there anything on the streets now that we're lower still that would signify any forms of combat? Is there bodies? Is there blood? Is there holes in the streets?
You don't see any bodies. And again, from this high up, you probably don't see any blood because it is night as well.
Oh, that's
however, there are every now and again down some side streets, closer to the docks, just at random points, you do see piles of rubble, piles of wood. You get the impression that there was a lot of fighting here, but it is since ceased, and there has been at least a small attempt at clearing up, if not just to clear the thoroughfares of debris.
Okay. Just to be safe, Dayek will take off his cape, which carries like the colours and the crest of Silverymoon.
Okay.
Good shout.
And I did, I think last time, say that I wanted to look a certain way.
Which way was that again?
Picture number 16.
Cool.
Also known as human.
Good to know.
Ribbit's going to do the opposite and don the cloak. So I've got the cloak of Elvenkind, so I'm just going to go all shimmery and camo-y.
Okay.
So, because I currently, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a big fan of this Greater Demon Distraction plan. I'm just saying that.
How far would you cast it?
And I'm also kind of thinking that I'm gonna try and sneak out undetected and maybe ambush or whatever we need at the time.
Just a crunch out of nowhere.
60 feet. However, I've just realised I cannot cast it.
Cool.
Oh, you're too tired.
So much for that plan.
You have long rested.
I mean,
Yeah, I know. I still don't have a blood of someone who's died within.
I mean, equally, we could maybe try and like two of us drop off near Wayward House, and then the other one kind of just flies the ship the other way to lure everyone away.
We can see if we can drop 2 or 3 people off on the gatehouse over the bridge, and then have the last person or 2 people fly off in the skiff. See if we can get off the ship undetected.
Yeah, I'm up for anything.
Yeah, because I think we just definitely need to do something to avoid this army knowing that we're going to Wayward House in whatever way we do that. I mean, equally, we probably could just like park on top of it and maybe even just sneak down. But
They've already seen the ship.
yeah, but even if we get off the ship and then sort of sneak our way down, so they're heading towards the ship, but there's no one there. Although then I guess they're just going to get on the ship and then they have our ship. So maybe not.
Ooh, where are we currently? Where our ship is on them?
Yeah. Just there.
Okay. I mean, I've got a deck of cards that can do random shit, so it could make a distraction. I just don't know what it will be.
Please don't tell me if
true.
I have the cards.
It's a different deck of cards, thankfully.
Okay.
It does sometimes create flying mammoths though, so
Oh, that was great. That actually killed the dragon. That's the best thing ever. If this happened to make a distraction right now, we would be good to go.
That it's maybe not a greater demon, but it is also a pretty decent plan.
we could maybe also kind of bank a left and go. Oh no, if we. Yeah, actually no. I think you're right. I think we want to create the distraction well, because I'm assuming they're kind of around here, and we kind of want them to stop going any further or to go backwards. Maybe we like throw shit behind them. Fuck you, throw a card.
I have to throw it right in front of me, I think.
Can you like drop it? If we like fly over.
Yeah, I would assume that would be okay.
Drop it really hard so it doesn't just float away.
This is not the deck of illusions. If this is the shadow deck you're on about, it's more of a you pull it and then, I mean, you kind of use it as you pull it. So it'll just be something happening like centered on you or next to you in the next available space or something like that.
Like right on the edge so it just spawns off the side.
And just falls.
I
Drop it like a bomb.
have to use it, right?
No, you don't have to use it.
Okay, cool.
But then you have to like recharge or something, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Because again, like sort of alternatively, we could sort of go sort of up towards here, like north of it, and then again try and sneak out and maybe just let the boat kind of float away a bit. Leave it in first gear.
Yeah, we don't know how many more patrols there are further into the city, though. So we might just be dragging.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, you
always,
are right. Sure.
can always arcane gate us there. That's always an option.
Oh, that's a very good point. I mean, because that is a very good way of us just getting off the boat without them even knowing we've got off the boat.
Mm-hmm.
So
And that's the trick you used before, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we can go through that other portal, but only from one side of it. So I create a portal here, portal there. We go through our portal. We emerge at the house, and then if we go back through the same side we came out of, we would then come back to the ship.
Because we could try and you could try and maybe put it like there, like in the behind Wayward House or something, and then again, if one of us stays behind or someone stays behind on the boat,
it would last.
Drive it away.
It's concentration, so it would last indefinitely, and unless I get hit or something. So.
Yeah. Okay. Let's. Does it seem like we can land the boat on top of, or like next to the roof of the gatehouse?
The gatehouse itself is, I think you can tell in the image there. The one on the north bank, it's not really one you'd be able to get on top of sturdily. It's more like a sloped roof. However, there's always a chance you could just jump out and cling on as Hunter casts this spell. But yeah, you wouldn't be able to park the ship in terms of setting it down, but it could always just hover there while you got off.
Yeah, if it can hover in place and you can place this gate of yours far enough, that it'd always be a safe option, because it also means that they can't just get on the roof. Probably.
Yeah, if we keep it like, sort of 30, 40 feet above the roof or whatever, because I'm pretty sure you can cast it, like 500 feet away? How tall is this building, actually?
Wayward House is only a 2-story building. The gatehouse is quite a bit higher, but I'd probably say like another third on top of Wayward House.
Okay, so we could probably. I mean, again, I'm still assuming your range is ridiculous, but we could probably park like a little bit above and then teleport from there.
Yeah, I'm up for anything.
I think that's what we do then.
Yeah.
Unless we get shot out of the sky first.
Decision, mate, in the last fight, when Lenny was like, "Oh, they fired ballistas at you," I just kept thinking, mate, if we were a monk and we still had deflect missile, mate.
Bro, we played 2 monks, right, for what, like a year and a half? Mm-hmm. By the time your monk died and my monk had given up bloody deflect missile, that was when we started encountering archers.
Yeah. Right, okay. Fly us to where we need to go.
So, are you parking on top of the gatehouse and just leaving the ship hovering above it?
Yeah. A little distance above it.
And how far above it?
Like 40 feet?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
I don't want you to be able to, like, if you can climb to the top of the roof, I don't want you to be able to, like, reach it.
Okay. Good to know.
And placing the gate somewhere where you can't see it from the street.
Yes. Like in that back alcove bit or something.
Okay. In that case, can I just have a general dexterity check from all of you, just to see how well you get onto and stay on this roof of the gatehouse? And also, how are you getting down to the roof of the gatehouse?
Could we just teleport from the boat?
It's probably within 500 feet. Yeah.
I might as well just teleport from the boat, because then they don't even see us climb down. Then they might even think we're still here. Also, I don't trust myself climbing down. Despite the fact that I'm a frog, I am not very dexterous, it turns out. I nearly fell into lava multiple times in the same session.
Jack's currently away from his mic, so if that's the group consensus for you two, that's what he'll do.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you putting it? Where are you putting the other end of the portal? There is, from this angle, you can see in the top of Wayward House there is a window through into an attic space. You can see through that, so you could technically put your portal in there. You could put it on the street, next to, behind, or to the side of Wayward House, or you could put it on the roof.
Up to you guys.
I mean, if you can see inside, that feels ideal to me.
Yeah.
Assuming it's not full of enemies.
True, but we would not know that before, or well, not until we get there.
I feel like inside
So,
must be safer.
Yeah, worth the risk.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
say at this point, you can hear the groups of these soldiers running down the embankment towards you. They're getting closer at this point.
Are they shouting towards each other or commands or anything?
You can tell that there's a few shouts between one group and the one behind.
Can I
But in
understand?
you
Maybe
give me a
not.
perception check.
Yeah, mainly to see like what they're speaking, not necessarily what they're saying to each other.
Okay.
That is perception 16.
Okay. The shout that you hear is one of. It sounds like a reply. Replying to the group behind, someone who's turned around, still jogging on the spot, shouting back, and then turning back and running with the rest of his group. He appears to be shouting, "No, I don't care what you do. Just take the ship."
Okay, so they're trying to get the hold of the ship. I say to the other guy. So we keep it floating where it is.
Yeah, maybe even crank it up a couple of feet.
Okay.
Are you casting your arcane gate?
Yeah, sure. Wherever you guys want it, just let me know.
Deck the ship through the attic window.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You cast your arcane gate, and it appears through the attic window. As you step through, you step off your ship and into the attic space. I will put you on the map, wherever it has gone. Here we go. You step into this space. It's clearly a storage area. There is dust hanging around.
Also, it's completely black. I don't know.
It's fine. I've not put you on it yet.
Okay.
There is unused boxes, crates, and table and chairs in front of you, as well as lighting up this space, the top half of what appears to be some kind of aquarium with bioluminescent and almost magical looking fish swimming around, currently unattended and aimlessly drifting. What catches your attention, though, is as you step into this space, catching you by surprise, and clearly you catching them by surprise, there is a feline-looking humanoid sat in between some crates and boxes, currently in the middle of bandaging some wounds. I have just realized I used the copy and paste button after I originally copied your tokens, so give me an extra second before you can see.
What fancy motherfuckers have an aquarium in the attic?
It's the top half of an aquarium. It disappears through the floor.
Oh,
That's even
super
fancier.
fancy. Yeah.
That's like what's his name from Shark Tale? Like Will Smith in Shark Tale. But, No, he has a lava lamp. It's a lava lamp. But I've always wanted that. And if I was a millionaire, I'd have a lava lamp that goes several floors.
Dimitri, you hear some shouting from outside, a way off, but it doesn't strike you as a worry, because you know this place is probably safe from whatever's going on outside. And then suddenly, through a magical hole that splits into existence, 4 people and a homunculus step out, shocked to see you.
Eve, is that you?
Oh yeah, it is totally me. Sorry.
What an amazing impression of an Australian woman.
Look, I've not regained my voice yet, and it was terrible.
Good day, mate.
Good day, mate.
What are you doing here?
Dayek will step forward because I can do his voice.
Hi, guys.
Hey, have you seen any children? 2 children, a boy and a girl.
I've been chasing them. I was here. I was looking for my daughters. Have you seen them?
No, that's
It's
why we only just got here.
I've been here for 2 days. I've been trying to hide from Maladia's soldiers. Apparently, they don't like deserters too much. I've been fighting since then. Why are you looking for them? Who are you looking for?
The 2 children, a boy called Jarkin and a girl called Millie. They're supposed to be working in this inn, but I've been away for a while. When I heard that something was going on in Silverymoon, I made my way as fast as possible. You've not seen them?
No, I've seen there was some children by the docks. I heard a scream and I tried to pursue them, but all the soldiers got in the way. By the time I got there, I don't know where they went. They have been taking the children. There was some from a local orphanage that was totally empty.
And I imagine that the soldiers we saw in the streets were Lelalia's then.
I bet they've been kind of army of occupation. There's not much. They took out most of the locals pretty soon. But they've been staying away from the inns and taverns. Not much for revelry, shall we say. Too much of a stick up their ass. I never liked them, even when I worked with them.
How much do you know about the occupation of the city?
How much do I know, Matt, other than what you sent to me?
You would essentially, because you've been, on one particular mission, not a lot. You'd know that they are currently patrolling the city, though from your initial, when you turned up, compared to them, there's not a lot of fighting going on. They don't seem to be on the streets in the same number as they did when you first saw them. So whether that means a large portion of the forces have left the city or are otherwise engaged somewhere else, you don't know. But at the minute, they're kind of keeping everything just locked down, keeping everyone in their houses. Now the fighting's over, it's basically just martial law and curfew. Don't mess with us kind of approach. Other than that, they're letting people just, go about their business.
Yeah, I'll relay all that to the group.
You say you've been here for 2 days. How long has the attack been going on? Because from what I understand, it's been more than 2 days by now.
I don't know. I arrived in town. I was getting here as quick as I could. I've been trying to find my... I don't know. You probably don't know too much about me, but I've been trying to find my daughters for several years now. One of the reasons I joined up with Lelalia, she promised me she would tell me where they were, and shockingly enough, she lied. She knew exactly where they were. They were here. And, well, when I found that out, I came here as quick as I could, but I got waylaid in water deep and tortured by your friend, Nith, whoever she fucking is. For a while, and told her what I could, and then Eve freed me, and I came straight, escaped from the tower, and then came straight here.
Matt, I imagine that I would not know anything about any, stray girls. There's no point in trying to roll for any kind of history check or something, I imagine.
I mean, you'd be aware of the other orphanage in the city, but I don't think you'd know any of them personally, no.
No, that's fair. When you got in the inn, did you see any people?
No, I found it fairly abandoned. That's why I've been here. I've been using it as a base camp, just hiding, using it to patch up wounds, and then going back out, trying to fight, and then trying to work out where I'm going. It's not been. The locals all seem to be scared of the place, and as I say, Lelelia's forces don't seem to be much for the old alcohol.
Right. Can we hear the yelling from the street to listen to what the guards are doing? Are they trying to get onto the gatehouse to get to the boat, or are they like banging on the doors? Because we should have come in stealthily, but we don't know, obviously.
Can I peek my frog eyes out the window?
Yeah. You don't hear a lot of commotion from outside, but just very subtly glancing out the window, keeping yourself hidden in the shadows, you can see the two groups that you saw pursuing you along the bank. They are now surrounding the base of the gatehouse. A few of them have gone inside. They clearly already have access to it, but you can tell by the expressions and the way the ones on the ground are kind of surrounding the gatehouse and looking up, talking to one another. They're trying to figure out how they're going to get to it, and they're not quite sure.
Lol, get good, noobs.
By the amount of people on the street, can we surmount it as like the full two groups, or have they split up?
With some of them going inside, you can assume it's the full two groups from this side of the bank. There's 6 or 7 of them outside at the minute, and you assume the rest are inside trying to find a way up to the roof.
Okay. Dayek will attempt to like stealthily head downstairs to see if he can find the kids out back near the kitchens.
Okay,
That's
give me a
good, Will.
stealth check.
Assist in the search.
18.
Okay, good to know. You slowly make your way down the stairs, making your way downstairs. You don't hear anything besides the odd bubble from the fish tank. Your token is on the left of the screen right now if you want to have control of it again.
Cool.
Making your way downstairs, you do see a corpse lying just inside the door. Everything in here seems to have just been left as it was. Plates of half uneaten food, half drank drinks. Yeah, it's very solemn and deserted, but you don't see any of the kids from where you are.
Okay.
Can I follow and join?
You can.
Can I go check on the corpse, see if there's any documents on him?
You can.
And like,
give me an investigation check.
should be all right. 27.
Okay. You find a bit of pocket litter, 3 silver pieces. Nothing of any note or interest, to be honest. It was clear this was some kind of some patron of the tavern. You don't recognize them, but
he just looks like a general citizen.
Indeed. Skewered through the chest with a sword.
So much for peaceful, not really caring about what people do.
I call out.
At least I think there's another one over here.
Dead as well.
Dead as well.
Is he dressed? like the same style, not armor or anything, just like general town's clothes?
Yeah. This one, slightly more formal attire. You don't recognize them by name, but you do recognize them as one of the more, how do I say it, more flaky of employees. Worked in the tavern on occasion to earn a bit of extra coin. Had a bit of a reputation for spending it all on drink straight away. Unfortunately, he appears to have been at work and also cut down where he stood.
Is this the ground floor?
It is, yes.
Okay. Right.
And is there a door to the front and back? Is that a front door and a back door?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I mean, this would be the front door, and this would be the back door. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so stay away from that front door. There's a lot of men out there.
All right. If the children are not here, then I have no reason to be here anymore.
Was there any clues as to where to search next?
They had no other way, no other place to be. They lived here. They worked here. They got their little whatchamacallit, food and housing. They got in return for work.
I see.
So this would be the only place they would really have a place or reason to be at. If not here, maybe the orphanages, but there are a couple spread across town, and seeing how the town is right now.
We could ask a guard. We could get another one.
You're getting catching up the guard.
There are a lot of them, though.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's our plan then?
The next plan would be to get to the palace.
And where's that? Is that so far?
No, it's just on the east side of town.
Oh, excellent.
If the castle has fallen completely, then I don't know what to do. Then maybe catching one of the soldiers or captains, preferably of Lalalia, would be the best option to get any kind of information. But that is my next best guess.
Well, Misa thinking Wisa should head back to the portal in this case. Do you think there's somewhere Wisa can hide the boat near Lisa Palace?
I do not believe the palace itself has a dock for spaceships. It's also nowhere near water.
Maybe just a big wall.
It's next to the city wall, but it means we have to scale the wall to get in and out of town.
Yeah, you make a fair point. Okay, well, Misa still thinking Wisa head into portal, hope there's no army on our boat, and Wisa head to the palace then.
I tend to agree with you. Let's go back.
Onwards!
Just quickly before I go, can I detect magic around this mystical circle of fish?
Oh, also, did you need blood of someone who's died recently? Because there's a couple of corpses downstairs.
In the past 24 hours. So.
Oh, it might be older than that.
Well,
It's stale. You try and summon a demon, it just doesn't work. That would be so funny.
Do I get anything from my detect?
You detect water.
Fantastic.
It is wet.
I just realised I was muted and talking to myself. You do. There is an aura of transmutation magic around the glass itself.
Transmutation. Oh,
Yes.
this could be the children, potentially.
There are a couple hundred fish in here.
That's a lot of them.
No, they are the tank.
From the type of magic, it might be possibly transmutation magic in a sense to try and make it look a bit more vibrant and pretty and more flashy.
Is it like the whole thing that's like glowing, or is it the fish?
It's kind of hard to tell considering the fish are inside glass, but it seems to be the glass itself.
Okay.
Alright,
Yeah, I
never
think he's
mind.
probably right. It's probably just magic lights.
Yeah. Portal it is.
Did I hear you right and say you have a ship?
We do.
Yes, you sir, come with us. You sir seem to be friends with this man.
I have met him very briefly. I'm friends with Eve. We traveled together in Chelt some time ago.
Splendid. Ribbit, my name. Me say pleased to meet you. And I offer a hand.
Dimitri, I'll take it. Dimitri,
Oh, fuck away.
Constitution saving throw.
That is.
Did I get me slapping in time?
He is right there, to be fair. Like, he's right next to him.
Give me a dexterity check.
Yeah, too right.
17 on the con save.
Oppose? Oh, I think you survive anyway.
Yeah, that dexterity check's not high enough to stop the handshake. However, there are no seemingly ill effects from it this time.
Ah, you sir, tough boy. Me sir, very impressed.
Yeah, kind of feeling the thing. I was like, oh, fuck, another ground. I knew one of you and one travelled with Shelton with myself and Eve. I should have been too long. But no, Dimitri of the Seven Hills clan. Pleased to meet you.
Pleasure. Well, onwards to the boat in the sky.
Eve is very fond of him, but she's a little mute tonight.
She's starstruck. Just so happy to see him again.
You heard anyways.
Yeah, we can retrospectively RP it.
Yeah. Yeah, but when they were downstairs, even him would have been having a very quick catch up.
Yeah.
I'm fine through now. I've had a few of the bandaged up my wounds. Just getting a short rest in before I can get some spell slots back.
Just before we go through the portal, I'm going to prep some Eldritch Blasts just in case there are any people there immediately that I can Eldritch Blast. That are enemies.
Okay. Okay, good to know. So you all step through the portal back onto the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Glad you specified enemies there.
Yep.
You get to the ship and immediately Eldritch blast 3 people over the edge.
Ribbit.
Okay.
I just go forwards and backwards 3 times.
Stepping onto the ship, Dimitri, you are struck with a strange sensation as you're on the deck of a ship, a small gunboat, but you are currently floating over the top of the gatehouse of the Moon Bridge. As you all step up, you can hear below you the conversation between a few of these soldiers trying to figure out how to get up to the ship. They've clearly made it up to the roof of the gatehouse, but they're still 40 feet below you, and they're not sure how to close the gap.
Can I spit on them to try and poison them?
Oh, actually.
Give me a dex attack roll, short.
Can I guide him?
It's not an ability check, and it's an attack roll.
Oh, okay.
That's a natural one.
No!
That's just the state of my day.
No!
As you go
God.
up to guide him, you stop halfway thinking, "Oh yeah, I can't do that." And Ribbit looks at you with a, "What were you trying to do then?" But forgets he was mid-spit, so instead just spits in your face. Can you give me a con save, please, Hunter?
Ribbit, you are an absolute... Oh, you fuck.
Hunter, you're now poisoned. How long does the poison last?
I think it's like an hour. It's quite a while.
You know what? Fuck you. I'm going to use my 2 remaining my fucking thing of restoration that I used willy-nilly and cure myself of poison. So fuck you, Ribbit.
You're going to use the lesser respiration
As you use the last 2 charges, the the charm itself disintegrates in your hands, but you are cured of poison.
Yeah, fucking too right.
Is it like a because we came out for a fight with this ship? Is there any kind of like small debris, like the size of like a pebble, lying about?
Yeah, there probably would be a few splinters of wood.
I would like to grab like a not a splinter, but like a reasonably sized chunk of wood that I can like easily hold with a couple of fingers, and create a little visual effects on it that like gives off a pulsing light, and I will chuck that object down below towards like one of the windows, if we can see any, like where we can see some guards, basically,
Okay.
to distract them.
Okay. You give me a deception check.
You could vote for the arcane portal into the house.
For some reason, I thought you were going to use the flashing to like judge the distance of something, like you do with stars. I don't know why that's like the first thing that came to mind.
21, and then I will make another one that just makes a noise saying, "Hey, Melon knows," from Skyrim.
Okay.
That one's 23, in case you want deception.
Okay, chucking them down. You hear a bit of a commotion as a few of the guards are concerned about what's just fallen next to them. A few of them are confused. Some of them seem distracted. Yeah.
Good, that's all I wanted. Yeah, that.
So you're on the gunboat, guys. What are you doing?
Can I just walk to the edge dead quickly and pull out one of my cards?
Okay. Yes, you can. Pull out a card, Jack.
I thought the like childish version of just like whip your cock out, start peeing over the edge, but this is somehow much worse.
Yeah, I totally thought you were going to whack your cock out, 100%.
I got the right arm fixed.
Okay. You pull out and you see on your card the image of an arm. As you do,
Exodia. Sorry.
Yes, literally. As you do, without having the choice of whether to use it or not, the card flashes and then disappears. You don't know what, but something about the deck has just changed.
Oh, yeah.
So I got
So is it
cycle
after you play all 5?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
God, that's going to be so sick, though. Oh, I'm so excited.
Right, yeah, carry on.
As you were.
The rest of you see Hunter do a very dramatic pull of a magical card from a magical deck, and then nothing happens.
You are always such a disappointment.
In preparation for what's about to happen, I'm just going to this guy and lend me your energy and use my armband.
Okay. As you do, you watch Hunter transform, a magical armor appearing and materializing around him.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
I'm guessing his armor looks a little more fancy than mine.
I can show you.
We can play Destiny.
This is what it looks like.
That's not bad. I'm not a little jealous.
Right, so are you guys doing anything, or is Hunter going to flex some magic a bit more before you, do anything with your ship?
I was going to tell one of the 2 people who know how to fly an airship to take us towards the palace.
Yeah, I'm happy to stay, assuming I can stay.
Okay. You can. I will say already from this distance where the palace is on the far east of the city, north bank. There is just a giant plume of smoke. You can tell even from this distance, the entire palace is either still on fire or has been on fire.
I sort of turn the ship towards the hole and go, ah!
Would Dayek know of any worst case scenario plans for the city, or for at least people in the palace? Like he's not the most important person, so
you
I imagine
probably wouldn't. I mean, you'd know where the assembly points were for mounting a defense of the city and mounting a defense of the palace, but as far as to where VIPs and the like would go in an event of an attack, not specifically.
Yeah.
The only I will say the only other notable location to do with that attack plan is Master Bayron's Tower, which is in the north of the city, and the Silverguard's Tower and Silverguard's Isle, which are where the Spell Guard and the normal Town's Guard are based. I'd say as well, probably from this height, you would be able to see not complete destruction, but both Silverguard Isle and Silverguard Tower do appear to have remnants of smoke coming from them, from probably a previous attack, though nothing like the scale that has beset the palace.
Okay. Does it look maybe not clear, but semi-visible how to get to Bayron's Tower? Like, can they kind of like make a visual idea of how to get there? Yeah. Imagine that there's not a lot of smoke in front of it.
Yeah, when you've been there many a time, traveled the streets, it's directly north of your position, and it is a stone tower that stands out as a bit dull compared to the brightness of the city and surrounding area around it. The area it's in is also in more of a residential and commercial area. It is the only like military outpost in that specific region of the city, so it is very easy to spot.
Okay, with the palace being out of the question by the looks of it, let's take the ship north. There's a tower next to, near the north wall where my direct master resides.
Aye, Captain. I steer the boat that way.
Okay.
As we're going past, can I get a quick look at the docks? In terms of if I look over, can I get a better view of the docks than I did? Is there any like children being mustered to get on boats or anything, or is that all ended?
So when you last saw them, they weren't being ushered onto boats. They were being ushered further to the east of the city, kind of towards the direction of the palace. But they were being ushered in that direction. The docks themselves look, compared to when you first saw them a few days ago, they are trashed. It's clear that Lay's soldiers didn't want people coming in or out of the city via the docks. But it's currently 11 p.m. at night. The only people on the streets are the Laylia's soldiers at the minute. You do not see any sign of the children. You do remember what streets you saw them disappearing through, but that's it. I'll draw that on your map actually, just so you have a reference point. So you saw them being led along here, up this way, and like down here, but you lost sight of them as they went through those buildings from where you were on the moon bridge.
Yeah, makes sense.
So are you guys moving north? As you begin to move the ship ribbit, you all hear from the top of the gatehouse below you, They're still on it. They're moving. Go, get down. Follow them. And they're shouting to the people on the ground. Follow them.
Can I pop a couple of Eldritch Blasts at them?
Yeah, sure. There's currently 3 people on the roof.
One for each.
I'll join. I'll do one for each as well.
Okay, go for it.
This is
Dirty
massive.
20 on the first.
That's a hit.
27 on the second.
That's a hit.
Nat 20 on the third.
That's definite hit. Jack got a nat 20 on his first one as well.
Okay.
The other 2 do miss, Jack. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
Okay, so first is a 12 damage.
Cool.
Second is another 12 damage in a row. And the second is 19 points of damage on the third.
Okay. Hunter, are you doing any effect on your Eldritch Blast that hit?
Yeah, I'm going to pull him 10 feet towards wherever. Off the 10 feet, pushes him away, pushes him off. I'll do whichever one. Push him off.
Pushing would push him off the roof. So,
yeah, that then.
Yeah, you hit him with your blast, and the other 2 miss because the first one throws him off the edge. Shouting as a quick fall to below, and you hear, this time, unlike your other knocking off skyships you've been doing, a prominent thud as they hit the ground and the screaming stops. Are there any effects on your Eldritch Blast, Smitri? I can't.
No, I just had a agonized blast on mine.
Okay.
I went all in on like castery stuff for the.
Okay. Excellent. You begin to move to the north. However, you can tell that you are being chased through the streets by many of the Lelia's men. They are falling behind as you go the full movement speed of your ship per round. They cannot quite keep up. However, they are quite visibly tracking where you are going.
I mean,
What is
Right.
it like to do?
I've got an idea. With this tower, it's up there, right? And I'll gesture toward the street.
Yes.
If there's any with the rope.
Ugh. Fuck me. Sorry for that.
We need to
so-
some rope.
Yes, we have rope.
For someone to tie it to me, I have a. There's a nice little bottleneck there. I could probably take some heat off us.
I was going to suggest see if we can throw them off our tail and head east or west, and then over the city wall and circle around.
That works for me too.
To get north of the tower, and that means right on the city walls, and work from there. They'll hopefully at least throw them off our tail for a while.
That works for me.
Good. So
So where are we talking?
so if we head west first, and then like west for further and further until we're like out of town, and then like swerve it around after a little while, and hopefully the dark will mask us, and we like come back around towards the city wall, right next to Baron's Tower.
Is it worth maybe trying to hide it like in the woods up ahead?
If we want to make a quick escape, I would say the closer it is to us, the better.
Fair point.
True.
I'm assuming you'd have the spell slots for another portal.
Give me 2 seconds and I'll look see if I do.
You can tell that they've fallen for this hook, line, and sinker. They are chasing you to the west. When you lose sight of them, they can't get to the edge of the city as quick as you can. And by the time you have looped round, hugging the floor as close as you can to maintain the wall of the city blocking line of sight, there's no way that they've seen you scoot around the side of the city like that. You can only assume that they think you've gone back towards the west where they first saw you coming from. But parking the ship up on the wall itself, is that the plan on the wall or just like inside the wall next to the tower?
Next to the tower, like if we put it like there, it's like
Right.
behind the tower, but within within the city walls.
As you scoot it over the tower between the wall, the tower, and a few other neighboring buildings, there's not as much debris and sign of battle in this area of the city. And there are no patrols nearby that seem to have spotted you. You can only assume at this point word has spread of a flying ship towards the river. So around here looks reasonably deserted.
Okay. I would say to preserve energy and magic, we try and just use ropes for this excursion.
Yeah, especially since we're safe enough now. I mean, we might even can we like put a plank to a window?
We have Arcane Gate if we need it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if we can use ropes, we might as well save the use of spell slots.
So what are you using the ropes for?
I was thinking just like sliding down the ropes onto the roof of the tower, and then.
Okay, I will say this is a very tall tower, so you would not be obscured if you were hovering on top.
Would we like go next? Is there like a high window? Is there like a top room with a big window or a balcony? A balcony maybe. That'd be fabulous.
There are no balconies. It is a cylindrical tower, but there do appear to be windows on every floor.
I can Arcane Gate twice more, by the way.
I mean, could we just like park next to it and like put a plank out and just go in through a window?
I would say see if we can just break into one of the top floor windows.
Okay. There are 6 levels to the tower, the 6th being the actual roof. Which floor are you planking onto or into?
Does the roof have a way to go into the tower, or is it just the roof?
No, it does have a way to go into the tower. There are several ballista on top of it and a staircase into the tower.
Oh, in that case, I'd say just land on the roof, or plant us on the roof, and then we'll make a way down.
Just park the ship in a place where it can't be.
Yeah.
Where it can't be what, sorry?
Shot by the ballistas. Like, I'm assuming they can't point straight to the sky, straight up vertically. So if we park it above it and then rappel down, they shouldn't be able to hit it, right?
Okay. That is true, yes. They wouldn't be able to angle directly up.
Cool.
So we rappel down and go in through a window.
Yes. Now we go through the whatever's on the top floor for us to go into the tower.
Yeah.
No windows involved.
Okay. Approaching the tower from the north, so it blocks the silhouette of your ship as much as you can. Carefully levitating it up, just sliding it over the top of the tower. You park it directly above. You won't need a rope to rappel down, really. You can use the wooden ladders that are part of the ship, same as you'd have on any normal ship, to scoot down and touch down on top of the tower.
Okay. Do we need to break into the door? Because I've got thieves' tools if necessary.
There is no door. It is just a staircase down.
Wow, very secure. Okay. In that case, I will not use thieves' tools, I suppose. I'll go first. Knowing Bayron, he's not much of a fighter, so if he's there, he's probably not going to want to fight.
Kind of marching order then, yeah. You will have to be single file if you want to travel down the staircase.
I'll go first.
Oh, I'm happy to go second. I've got my cloak up as well.
Ah, there we are.
I'm happy to watch the back.
Supposed to put Eve way in the back because she's not here. Yeah, looks good to me. Ooh, spoilers. I could see into the other room.
Secrets.
Well, not anymore.
Goddamn dynamite item.
Right. That's a door then.
So much tension.
Yeah, sorry, I muted myself again. Yes, you move your way down the stairs, and you do find yourselves a locked door.
Cool.
Thieves'
Can I-
tools.
can I
I am
break it?
proficient with thieves' tools.
Me too. I don't.
I think me as well.
I'll try first because I'm in front, I suppose.
Let's all do it at the same time.
Yeah.
Give me a sleight of hand with your proficiency added to it.
19.
That is enough. You very easily unlock the door.
Ooh, fancy door opening mechanics.
As you open it and step through,
Shut up.
you are confronted by a very shocked-looking spell guard who turns around, clearly a bit shaken by your sudden appearance, raises his staff in your direction. No. That's far enough. Who are you? What do you want? How are you coming in from the roof?
One question at a time. I'm Dayek. I work for Master Bayron. We came here. Sorry, what was the second question?
Oh no. Why are you coming in from the roof?
Because the streets have proven to be quite unsafe.
How do I know you work with Bayron?
I currently have no proof, but he will vouch for me.
No, I don't like this. Who are your friends?
They are with me, and that is all that you should need to know.
He
All right. Any proof that you need, and I will step closer to him.
he quickly knocks on the door with just a rapid motion, and you can see he's beginning to prepare a spell. He doesn't trust you.
Matt, am I wearing like Glalia armor?
Yes, you are.
Because I'm down the corner still, and so I'm hearing this mask of many faces, and I'm just gonna change my armor so it looks like kind of beaten up and stuff.
Okay.
Just normal breastplate and thingy armor, a bit more like you used to look in Chult.
Okay, cool. It's not so much literally armor you're wearing, but your tunic
Her
is
colours.
dyed
Yeah,
more towards her colours. Yeah.
yeah. I'll change it so that I'm clearly not looking like one of the people.
Okay. So he is in the middle of preparing a spell, eyeing you all up, but standing his ground next to this door.
I will stop moving. I will spread my arms out wide to show that I am no threat. And then go. Master Bayron. How well do you know Master Bayron?
Well, not personally until today, but he needed protecting. I'm doing my job, and I will protect him from you.
You're doing a fine job, but you do not need to protect him from us. We are Dayek. We are Master Bayron's tool. He uses me. Sorry, he uses us for any of his operations, be it from espionage to diplomacy. And we have returned from our mission. Lady Silverhand told us we should hurry back to Silverymoon, for there had been dire news from the city.
Give me a persuasion check.
Kill. 19.
He stops preparing the spell. Says, "You've still not answered how you got in from the roof."
Oh, an airship. Now, could I see Master Bayron? Is he in at all? I assume that because you're here and you say that you're protecting him, that he is here.
Well, not necessarily. He knocks on the door again. Sir, there's someone out here claiming to be your tool. You hear a thud from inside, and yes, I'll be out in a minute. And,
When he said tool, Ribbit calls Hunter a tool. But under his breath, I don't want the fancy mage to hear me.
Okay. Are any of you doing anything, or are you just waiting?
Just waiting, thinking very hard about my counter spell that might be soon.
I thought you were going to say counter insult.
Okay. You wait in the corridor for a good few minutes as you hear a lot of scuffling around inside the room next to you.
I just keep awkward contact with the guard.
Oops. I think I just shifted the whole map.
Visual contact office.
Oh, yeah.
Ribbit's going to sit down.
Let me just fix this. No, I didn't. I just shifted my perspective. That's fine. Hey, you! That could have been awful. A few minutes pass as you wait awkwardly in this corridor before it opens and a familiar face appears to you, Dayek. Master Bayron, pompous as ever in what is barely ceremonial armor, steps out, not exactly acknowledging you, Dayek, but more looking over your friends. So, are you here to whisk me away from the city?
Not quite, Master. We only sorry. We've only arrived a mere hour ago. We do not know quite what the situation is, but it seems dire. I was mainly coming here to gain any intel I would be able to get from you and await further orders.
Well, your orders are to whisk me away from the city. You're correct. It is dire. I think with the loss of the palace, we have to know when to quit. We need to regroup somewhere else. And this is not it. So come along, escort me out, however it is you got in. Did I hear someone say a flying ship? An airship?
Hello, mister. Yes, we still have flying ship. Sorry, do you still know who is attacking?
Yes, this Lelalia, what have you, the
Oh,
the
yes.
zealot, or the would-be god, someone on a power trip, from what I can tell, and her forces have bitten off more than they can chew. But I say let them have it. This is the biggest and only victory they're going to get. We need to regroup with our forces elsewhere, salvage what we can. So, as I said, Dayek, let's go.
Before we go, Master, are you aware of the position of our Lord? Do you know where he has moved to, where our forces might be?
Methrama hasn't been seen since the original attack, so no, I do not know. I was on my way back here from the palace when everything went sideways. It's taken me this long to get back and salvage what I could. As I say, they attacked in force. Things were a bit chaotic. We didn't really have an organized response, at least not what you'd expect from all the time and effort that some of us have put into maintaining this place.
Can I both insight and detect thoughts on him?
You can give me an insight check.
I'd like to assist with that if I could, because I'm also trying to work out what his motivation is.
With insight, it's not something you're discussing, so give it separate roles.
I had 19.
Okay.
That's the most of my luck. A natural 2 plus 1, so 3.
Amazing. You're finding it very hard to read this person. Their attitude seems to be shifting and swaying, pivoting on a dime. But they seem to be carrying themselves with nobility, Dimitri, like of importance. Dayek, from what he's saying, he appears to be kind of just trying to give you the briefest of information just so he can get going. Just trying to be like, yeah, okay, let's go. When you read his surface thoughts, they're not as confident as he's trying to portray himself to be. He's a bit jittery. He's a bit on edge, but it doesn't seem to be from what he's saying to you about the attack. That doesn't seem to be why he's on edge. He seems to be just trying to keep you at bay even more so, at a distance even more so than usual.
Are you well, Master? You seem maybe unsettled. More so than.
Am I well? He turns to the spell guard, who just looks a bit confused at him. Are you well, Dayek? It's not like you to question me so much.
I am only asking after your well-being, Master.
Yes, I am fine. There's not a scratch on me so far, and I'd like to keep it that way.
Very well. And Dave will bow his head. Is there anything from the tower that you need retrieving, Master?
No, I have it all here, and he slings to the front 2 small chests with makeshift ropes attached to either end that he's currently carrying over his shoulder. Just flashes it to you and then swings it back around his back. I've got everything of importance, all the confidential documents and such that we need. Don't want to let Lelele get their hands on that. Could compromise the whole realm.
Wow! You sir must be a strong fighter. How did you survive here so long?
Well, there's been a few brawls, but nothing I couldn't handle. Dayek, you with the detect thought still up can tell that is a complete lie.
Oh, I know. And even without detect thoughts, I think Dayek would know that's a complete lie.
Yeah. Yes. Had to keep myself safe. tried to protect as many others as I could, but with such overwhelming forces, it wasn't always possible. And then I found this spell guard here. Howard had been hiding away for a few days, but I snapped him back in shape, back in line, and we're on a mission. We have a plan.
Not even a scratch. You, sir. Incredible, sir. Incredible, sir.
Oh, thank you.
What were the Spellguard's thoughts when he was called coward? What, like, did he go like? Was it shame or more of a feeling of how dare you lie about that?
Can you switch detect thoughts that easily from one person to another if you're concentrating on an individual?
I'm pretty sure I can.
So we cast. Okay, yeah. Action on each turn, you can shift the focus. Okay. It was one of shame, but also a little hint of annoyance that he would be called out like that. He's clearly, you can tell just from his demeanor, he's clearly not been a spell guard for very long, and he seems to be clinging to Master Baron as a person of importance for guidance on what the hell they should be doing in this situation.
Right, yeah. So not like he was being thrown on the bus to make Baron sound a lot better than he is.
No, he does. Yeah. He does. There's no annoyance there, as if like he's being called out for with a lie, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to go up to Dayek and just whisper in his ear. You seem to want to stay in the city. Are you wanting us to leave with him?
I'm not sure I want to leave the city, but I also must do as he tells me.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe 1 second. Master Baron, I have been spent too much time with my friend Dayek here, but maybe I suggest that we defer to his experience, given he has been so good in getting here. And surely you should trust in him. And I'll cast suggestion on Master Baron to do what Dayek says.
Okay.
Wisdom save 17.
Okay. Where's my dice? I shit you not. That's a natural 20.
No.
Yeah.
Oh. We were about to
wisdom
give you
modifier
so
is
hard.
also atrocious. So that was.
Damn it!
Does he know?
He does. He will know. Yeah.
Is it part of the spell that they know?
No, I don't think. Doesn't say. It says you suggest a course of activity that can understand you. Creatures that can't be charmed or immune to this effect. Suggestion must be worded in such a manner to make the course of action reasonable. Asking the creature to stab or do something ridiculous ends the spell. Wisdom save. Doesn't say that they would know.
Okay, give me.
And there's no. It's just verbal and material. So I'd just be probably like gripping. I think with a sword. So.
Give me sleight of hand for the material component.
Sleight of hand. I can do that. That I'm gonna actually. I've got an inspiration point. I don't know if you gave it me last session or if it's held over from thingy, but I have inspiration marked to my thing. Can I give myself advantage on it? Or
technically, this is the next session, so yeah, go for it.
That's better. That's better. Natural 19 plus 6 or 25.
Okay, yeah, he doesn't know this.
Yeah, so I'll shrug it off and
he stands there just with one eyebrow raised at you, like, I don't know who you are to be giving suggestions around here, but I'm actually of quite importance in this city. Dayek knows who I am, and he knows that my opinion and my orders and my say-so are the ones that we go with. We do not follow the suggestions of those who are lesser around here. Thank you.
Yes, sir, but we still have the flying ship.
Yes, and I command you to take me away from the city with it.
I'd like to message Dayek and just tell him say you need to speak to him without his guard.
Master, if I may have a private word with you, just briefly.
It will be quick. We do not have a lot of time, Dayek.
Of course, I understand, Master.
He just gestures to the study on the west side of the hall.
As they go inside, I would like to shake the spell guard's hand. Misa, pleased to meet you, Ribbit.
I'll just walk in behind them as well.
Okay.
I'm just going to chat to this guy.
Is there a door here?
There was, yeah.
Lovely, perfect. Can it be closed?
Yeah. Okay, so first of all, Hunter going in. Bayron turns around and says, "I thought you said in private." Just glares at you, Hunter.
As he glares at me, I will just shut the and turn around and look at him. Cast
What?
modify memory.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Go for it.
Okay. Just so in case I get another natural 20, I'm going to do this in roll 20, so you don't know I'm bullshitting you all.
So we don't know you bullshit us.
No, so you know I'm not bullshitting. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm typing at the same time. Okay. That is a 13.
Okay, my spell save DC is 50.
Okay.
Ooh.
What is it that you are modifying the memory of and to?
So, over the last 10 minutes, he's obviously not been persuaded by anything we've said to, let us do what we want. Or he's just imperative. Getting
Not
out.
in the slightest.
No. So, the memory I want to modify is that perception. And I want him to think, maybe these guys actually need to do some work here, but I'll allow them to leave me here under the guard of the spell while they go and do what they want. If they need any help, I'll help them out as much as I can. But other than that, I'm happy for them to do what they want.
Okay. Dayek, as this is going on, are you doing anything?
No.
Okay.
He said that I should see to get him into a somewhere private, and I was quite interested to see where that would go.
Okay. Bayron snaps out of his trance-like state a few moments later. Says, "Hey, what are you doing? Why are you still here? I'm not going to wait forever, you know."
I'm sorry, Master.
You should be. Get and move on.
I'll message Dayek at this point and just quickly explain. I cast the spell. You can do what you want. Come back for it later.
Okay. Dave will turn around and, as he passes, give you a tap on the shoulder, as a thank you.
Okay. Meanwhile, outside, am I making a Constitution saving throw?
I mean, if he wants to shake my hand, then yes. I also feel like when they finally walk through the door, you just hear, and that's my whole story up to this point. Well, what's your story? Oh, you're back.
You guys reappear in the corridor to the spell guard looking a little bit paler in the face, a bit queasy, uneasy on his feet, clearly trying to engage in conversation, but he doesn't look well.
Well, bye-bye. You're going to feel a hard come down in a bit, but you'll be fine. Drink lots of water.
Okay. Thank you, little friend. Master Baron, I think we really should get going. And
Oh.
Baron will enter the
Think about
corridor and absolutely scold him. Like, do not suggest things to me. I have said this. We are staying here for now. Guard the stairs.
Do you still
Keep your mouth
feel the
shut.
guy's surface thoughts? Is he now very embarrassed?
The spell guard, yeah. And he doesn't feel well.
I hope he's still alive when we come back. Right, well, back to the boat, I guess.
I will. Sorry.
I was just going to say, did we get any sort of clues as to where else we could head, or any thoughts of where else we should head?
You could ask him about the children.
Baron doesn't know about the children.
Yeah.
Not my. No, they're not my biological children, but not the children that I'm looking for.
But would he know where prisoners of...
Doubtful, seeing that apparently he's been here since the attack started.
Well, that he didn't say that. He
He
said
didn't say that, but I'm going to assume.
Yeah, I definitely think that. Yeah. Riviv
he
is
doesn't-
very suspicious.
Yeah, he doesn't seem the type that would actually care.
Yeah, true. He probably saw them run in and then used them as a diversion to get away.
Yeah.
But by all means, see if you can get some kind of information out of him. I will see if he has any more documents further down in the tower.
Excuse me, Master Baron, please could I ask, you mentioned you were traveling back from the palace. Did you see any children being taken anywhere in large groups by the attackers, or?
I've seen many children in this kerfuffle, all running, screaming, crying. Poor parenting, if you ask me. There was one group of children I did see. It must have been almost 2 days ago now. Yes, being led away by soldiers, probably all dead now, the poor things. I tried to get to them, I did, but there was around 40 or 50 soldiers protecting them, so there's nothing I could do there. I just had to pick my battles. I am only one man.
Whereabouts did you see them? Where were they being led?
I don't know where they were being led, but they were being led through the markets towards the palace, I believe. Well, not much left of that. As I say, I've heard a few strange things about this Lelalia. Might have been sacrificed in the burning building, for all I know. Poor beggars.
Yes, it is a shame. Sometimes the wrong people die in these situations. And I'll just pointedly look at him
Yeah.
when I say wrong people.
Yeah. Well, can't control these things. You can only do your best.
Yeah.
Don't feel guilty, young man. Don't feel guilty.
Oh, I do not feel guilty at all. And you'll see there is a moment just as this guy is doing this. Anyone who's a reasonably high passive perception will see Dimitri start to grip almost like a sword grip in his hand, and there's a second as a bit of smoke start to conjure, and he just stops himself. You can see he's really holding himself back. And then he'll just force it in and go. Then
Okay.
I'll walk past, put my hand on your shoulder, and say, "I think you should make."
You're cutting out a bit, Jack. You think you should make what?
Oh, make our move and leave.
I think that's maybe best.
Dayek, as you make your way down the stairs to scout out for any more documents or anything of import in the lower regions of the tower. You make it about halfway down the stairs before you hear some banging and cluttering, a few murmured voices. There are more people in the tower on the floor below you. Though who they are, you do not yet know. And that is where we'll leave it for today.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ooh.
So we've gone from leaving the session on potential death from skyships to people downstairs.
This guy's sus.
Lovely change of pace.
Yeah, I want to kill this guy, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I really feel the same way.
Dake's been thinking about killing this guy for like 20 years. But
Very
Awesome.
nicely done, guys.
Oh, I've missed D&D so much. It's been so long. Oh, it's been so much fun. I've enjoyed myself. I'm so glad you put that arcane gate on that first boat. I really thought I was just going to sit there and do nothing while you guys shot Eldritch Blast.
That was my plan for last session when I was controlling you. I was like, he'd definitely do this. I'm just going to arcane gate over there.
Yeah, 100%. I had complete faith in you playing me accurately.
But that's the most I've ever used modified memory and art sessions that I have to talk them. So
Yeah, that spell is very powerful, and you have used it so many times in the past 3 sessions. Oh god,
it's brill.
Right, see you all on the 16th, guys. For our next session, we'll see where this goes. Very nicely done, one and all. Very nicely done. Now you somehow have 2 sky ships.
Yeah.
I mean, you put 2 in front of us. What did you think was going to happen?
Yeah, that's on me. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'm just kind of disappointed we let one go. Like, I just wanted to have 3. We couldn't fly 3, we couldn't use 3, but I just want them.
just
free. Just so you all are aware, that new ship's name is the HMS Skimmer of Air.
Ooh.
Every time our ship does something new, we add a name to it. So I think we're gonna have to do that for the Skimmer of Air as well.
Yeah, just in case anyone doesn't know, the other ship's called HMS Flying Harbinger, Keeper of Boz, Traveller of Dimensions, Forgotten Boy, Leviathan, Breacher of Reality. So
that's a mouthful.
That's awesome. Awesome, guys. Have a good night.
GG.
See you soon. Bye.
Over.